It's not every day you can save money. Oh, wait, you can. Hi, Jenny here from Big Deals. When you shop Big Deals, you'll save money every day on dozens of gift certificates from local businesses like these.
Curtis Glass Center in Park Hills, Good Earth Tech Services in Bonne Terre, Hub's Pub and Grill in Bonne Terre and Potosi, the Boulevard Salon and Spa in Farmington.
On the far side. He's got a blocker for 15, trying to far side, get through. He's got nobody to beat. Now walking to beat. He's at the 10, at the 5, touchdown.
High school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
This is the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO. Battling water, fire, mold, and more, Quality Cleaning and Restoration brings your home back to life. The Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO.
Glad you could join us here. Only one game here tonight on AM 1240 KFMO. Of course, no game on KFMO Sports Plus. The North County Raiders playing yesterday against the Sullivan Eagles. So we are the only game in town. And tell you what, it's going to be a good one, Zach, here because we've got two teams that want to get back in the win column. It has not been easy the last 2 weeks for neither Central nor Farmington. They've played teams at a combined 30-2. But we know these are good teams. We should get a good football game tonight.
Absolutely, and I think there's always something to be said about, the proximity and the rivalry between these two teams because, I mean, all these kids are going to know each other, and we've had this rivalry going for several years now. It's probably one of the longer-running ones from the old MAAA football conference, so definitely going to be a lot of pride on the line tonight. And for Farmington, they're trying to get above 500, definitely want to try to get into the postseason with a winning record. We'll talk about their district later on, but it is a meat grinder, so any kind of positive momentum you can have going into that, they're going to need. And for Central, like you said, it's just been a rough go these last couple of weeks with Valley Catholic and Dexter. Big matchups with teams that have a lot to play for still. So definitely trying to get back in the right win column. I think if you told Corey Schweiss going into this year you could go 6-3, I think he'd be very pleased with that. So it's definitely a lot of momentum on the line here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned the districts because we do know Central is pretty much locked into the 2 seed in their district. They have wins over St. Genevieve, Potosi, Fredericktown, kind of all the teams hanging out in the middle. We know the number 1 seed will go to Dexter, who Central lost to last week. Coach Schweiss saying that they played very well against Dexter, all things considered. I believe it was 35-12 your final score out there. He said he definitely liked some things that Central was able to do. But as you mentioned, Farmington, that's a tough district. You've got the number 1 team in Class 5 in your district in Cardinal Ritter, widely expected to just kind of sleepwalk their way into a state championship game at the very least this year. But you also have a lot of other good teams in that Class 5 too. I know Farmington at 4-4, as you might expect, hovering around those middle seeds. But a win here tonight, pick up a few points, you could get an upper seed and get yourself an easier first-round draw.
Absolutely. And last year they had to go on the road to Webster Groves, and they were able to pull out a close victory there. Then they had to go to Poplar Bluff and got a victory there. So these are some road warriors that they've had here. We talked about earlier in the year. This team has a lot of experience, a lot of 3-year, 4-year starters for this bunch. I think they would much appreciate having a home playoff game this year. I believe they're looking at around Webster Groves again, another matchup this year. They'd like to have that one at home. So definitely be interesting interesting to see what they have. And, of course, like you said, Central, they're pretty much locked in. They know where they stand. And you talked about some of the wins that they had earlier this year. They were by the skin of their teeth, but they got the job done. And I think you can't count out any Corey Schweiss-coached team against anybody in the state. So I think they'd be hungry to get back down to Dexter, try this all over again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here tonight. Obviously, want to try to keep everybody healthy and keep things positive as you're trying to go into the sudden death scenario next week.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, this Central team, they play nail biters. The last couple weeks have not been representative as the season as a whole. You're talking about double overtime against, I believe it was Fredericktown a few weeks ago. Triple overtime against St. Genevieve. The comeback win over Potosi a couple weeks ago on your homecoming night. What a game that was. This is a Central team that if they're in the ball game late, they know how to win. You have to beat them down early. You have to take a large advantage, as we saw from Dexter a week ago. Farmington, obviously, they want to come in and maybe kind of change that a little bit too, because Farmington has some impressive wins, like you said, this year. Hey, just a reminder, you can listen live online tonight, KFMOsports.com. Also got the live video going as well. That's brought to you by Ledco Community Credit Union, serving the residents of St. Francis, St. Genevieve, and now Madison counties. 2 locations to serve you, 820 East Main in Park Hills and 551 Karsh Boulevard in Farmington. Member services is their top priority. It is also senior night here tonight for the Central Rebels. They're honoring the band seniors, the cheerleading seniors, and the football players as well. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a brief moment. When we come back, had an opportunity to speak with both head coaches here today. We'll go ahead and start with the head coach of the Farmington Knights, head coach Eric Krupe. We'll take a few minutes, come right back. You're listening to the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show, high school football, right here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Got a mess?
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
This is Eric Krupe, head football coach of the Farmington Knights, and you're listening to high school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
Back here on the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show, Connor Harbin here with you once again, now speaking with the head coach of the Farmington Knights, Coach Krupe. It's going to be a good night tonight. The weather, it's pretty solid for what it's worth. I know we got a little bit of rain today, but it looks like it's going to hold out. The temperature's nice at least. Are the boys ready to go tonight?
Yeah, I believe so.
All righty, and so taking a look at some of the things we talked about here this week, where do you think some keys on the offensive side of the ball are going to be as you try to get back in kind of the swing of things?
Control the line of scrimmage and get the ball to our playmakers.
All righty, and how about defense as well? What are some keys over there?
Have great eye discipline. We're going to see a lot of tricks, a lot of things that are going to test our eyes. We're going to try to sneak people behind us, and we've got to be sound and solid versus that.
And so again, it's the last week of the regular season. I know I asked you this question yesterday, but I want to go ahead and ask it again. From when you look at this team from week 1 to week 9, how far have the boys come just in terms of sheer development?
Oh, we've definitely made progress. Obviously, we've got a lot of kids that, this was their first year playing varsity football, and they've, continued to develop throughout the course of the year. And, hopefully we're at a point now as we get into this rivalry game to end the regular season and then in the playoffs that we're hitting our best stride right now.
And so one of the things I noticed when I was working through the depth chart was there's a lot of sophomores getting some playing time and then a lot of seniors as well. How important is it to kind of have those senior players to help those younger players along?
Oh, no question it's important. They've done a good job, getting them ready, understanding that they need help from their underclassmen to have the senior season they want, and they've done a good job with that.
So how are you? It's going to be a large crowd here tonight. How exciting is it to play in front of just a loud, raucous crowd? I know obviously in Farmington it's pretty much a large crowd every week, but Central Farmington is certainly different.
No, it's going to be. This means a lot, and it's going to be a great environment. And, we're going to play our butts off.
All righty, thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you after the game. And again, that was head coach Eric Krupe of the Farmington Knights. His Knights 4-4, trying to get back above 500 as we wrap up regular season play. Don't forget, we're going to be handing out some free pizza at the end of this one. Our Little Caesars Pizza Player of the Game. Locations in Farmington and Deloge. They have lunch at a price you can afford. Get 2 slices and a 20-ounce drink for just $4.50. If you're feeling a little hungrier, add a half order of breadsticks for just $1 more. Or you can get 4 slices of deep dish and a 20-ounce drink for just $5.50. Available daily from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Little Caesars in Farmington and Deloge. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, got to speak with Central head coach Corey Schweiss as well. We'll have that interview for you as we move along with the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Gifford Lumber Company.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We are your shelter.
This is Corey Schweiss, head coach of the Central Rebels, and you're listening to high school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
And once again, back here on the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show. Connor Harvey again, now speaking with the head coach of the Central Rebels, Coach Corey Schweiss. Coach, weather, it held out today. I know we got a little bit of rain here in Park Hills, but other than the temperature maybe being a little bit cool at game time, at kickoff, it's going to be a good night for some football.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. The weather's going to be perfect tonight. This is a great night for football.
And so once again, we talked obviously yesterday about plenty of things, but I want to go ahead and rehash some stuff. Tonight's opponent, the Farmington Knights, 4-4. Both teams, both you and Farmington have played some very tough teams as of late. How hungry are you to maybe kind of end the regular season on a win?
Well, I think both of us are. I mean, I know they've played some tough teams. I know they had Cape and Festus, and we've had Valley and Dexter. So both of us have played two really tough games the last 2 weeks, and both of us are really ready to get back on the winning side of things for sure. It's not fun to lose, and we went through a 3-game losing streak last year, and it wasn't fun, but we were able to come through, and hopefully our kids, they've been battle tested for sure this year, so hopefully they can pull one out tonight.
Tonight's certainly a good team. Let's go ahead and start with the offense. What are some keys tonight for Central?
I mean, the big thing is I think we're going to have to establish a running game. We've been having a little bit of trouble, throwing the ball, catching the ball, so we need to really make sure we can establish a run. That's going to be our main focus tonight going into it, and on the flip side of that, on the defensive side, you'll probably ask me next. I mean, it's the same thing. We're going to have to try to stop their run. So we're going to have to try to run the ball. We're going to have to try to stop the run. And if they are able to stop our run, hopefully we can make enough plays in the passing game to keep drives alive.
Yeah, and I'm glad you went ahead and mentioned defense. So I want to talk about the fact that this roster, obviously with some of the injuries, unfortunately, you never really want anybody to get injured. That means the players have had to step up this year. But this is still a squad with a healthy mix of seniors as well. And it's a question I also posed to Coach Krupe. How important is it to have those seniors, maybe on the offensive side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, when you have some young players getting their first varsity games, and to kind of just teach them, mentor them, and get them ready at this level?
Well, I think it's big. We've had a couple seniors. I know our captains, Jackson and Carver and Boren, Barrett, Hinson at times, and John Blair have been a big, they play a big leadership role in this team, and we're definitely going to miss it. It's going to miss seniors every year. It's senior night for us, so it'll be a special night for those guys, and I think we've got 10 of them we're celebrating tonight, so it's all. Jackson's kind of like, I've been with PJ now. Jackson was born PJ's first year with me, so he's like my own kid, so that's going to be a little bittersweet as well.
And so tonight it is senior night, as you mentioned, which means, well, we already knew it was going to be a large crowd at Central Farmington after all, but it's going to be a loud, raucous crowd here today. Are the boys ready to play in front of another large crowd tonight?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not, I don't know why they play the game. I mean, they should be excited to play. It's going to be a lot of people here tonight. Fans on both sides. I think it should be a great atmosphere. I know, we've got the best end of them the last few years, and we've had some really good teams. And I know Kruppy's really wanting to probably get a little revenge because he knows we're not nearly as talented as we've been the last few years, and this could be the shot that they could get us. So we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for speaking with us, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Connor. Appreciate it.
And again, that was head coach Corey Schweiss. His Central Rebels trying to end the season on a positive note, trying to go 6-3 for the season. So, Zach, before we send it on over to the studio, any final thoughts for tonight's game? What do you think maybe an X factor will be for both these teams if they want to come out on top tonight? A key, if you will.
I think I loved Coach Eric Kruppy's comments about Corey Schweiss plays with our eyes a lot. It's going to be very important for the Farmington defense to stay home and try to limit and keep the Central offense in front of them. I love that, and I think that's a great mindset to have. And Corey Schweiss, like you mentioned, they got to be able to stop the run. I mean, they know what's going to be coming. Farmington's going to be running the ball quite a bit. I mean, obviously, Brett Dry gives them an element in the passing game, but you're probably going to be seeing a lot of Casey McLean, a lot of Connor Rice, and a lot of Josh McCarthy. You got to be able to stop them on defense and get your offense back out on the field, something that, Central, they've had either boom or bust on offense. Tonight they're hoping for a boom against a quality Farmington team. So it'll be interesting to see, how this all plays out. I think this is going to come down to a lot of defense and whoever wants it more.
Yeah, I think establishing the run going to be very important for both teams tonight. But these teams not afraid to pass. We'll certainly see the ball hit the air as well. That'll do it for our portion of the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show. We'll take another break. When we come back, Jared Pettis, Steve Pettis back in the studio. They will take you the rest of the way as we get set up for tonight's high school game of the week. It's the Central Rebels and the Farmington Knights. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
He's not going to pick her. No.
Oh, is this really happening? It's like it was destiny. Reese's Pieces and cookie dough together in a DQ blizzard. Bet you didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I did.
Hold on, are we still talking about the blizzard?
I wonder if they're still together. No.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, the Reese's Pieces cookie dough blizzard is like really good. DQ, happy tastes good.
When accidents happen, trust the experts at Griffin Automotive Design. Our dedicated team restores your vehicle to its pre-collision glory with precision and care. Your vehicle deserves the best, so visit us today for a seamless repair experience at 900 Point View Drive in Bonne Terre, Missouri. We're more than just a classic car restoration shop. We're also a fully equipped state-of-the-art collision center. So give us a call at 573-534-2300.
Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, cozy couches, elegant dining tables, essential bedroom furnishings, and stylish fireplaces, all at great deals. At Cornerstone, we specialize in turning your house into a home. Discover the perfect blend of comfort and style with our quality furniture. Your dream home is just a visit away. Experience the difference at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where we make every corner of your home a reflection of unique style and comfort preferences. Located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
In the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski. Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
by New Era Bank in Bonne Terre, Deloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, and Park Hills. Applebee's in Farmington. Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills. Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. And by Dalton Home Improvement in Bonne Terre. Hello, hello from Park Hills, Missouri. Jared Pettis, Steve Pettis in studio for Week 9 of the high school football season. We wrap it up, and we had some Thursday night football as we take a look at what's going on around the area. What happened on Thursday? Well, North County played at Sullivan, and Joey Palermo has the report.
The North County Raiders and Sullivan Eagles faced off in the only football game Thursday night to determine not only which team would have a 6-3 record heading into districts next week, but seeding before the tournaments began. Sullivan would score the first touchdown of the game thanks in large part to a fake punt call on 4th down at midfield. Chase Blue had the fake punt run for 23 yards and also got into the end zone to open the scoring in the first quarter. North County would exercise their rushing prowess immediately after. They drove down the field, and on the first play in the second quarter, Noah Lashley would punch it in from a yard out to tie the game at 8. North County would go on to score the rest of the points, how about 35 unanswered, in the 35-8 win against Sullivan as North County improves their record to 6-3. Raider head coach Brian Jones after ending the regular season with a win.
We talked all week about how we felt this game was going to be a defining point in our season. So I'm as proud as can be of these guys. It was 8-8 at half. Last time we were on this field, it was 7-0 us at half, and we give up 33 and ended up losing 33-14. And I reminded our guys of that in the locker room, and I told them we had to finish. We had to finish this game, and we had to have a great second half, and they came out and had that.
North County moves to 6-3. They'll be awaiting their seeding in the Class 4 District 1 tournament. Sullivan's in the Class 4 District 2 matchup. Their record falls to 5-4. For KFMO Sports, I'm Joey Palermo reporting.
Joey, thanks. It's time to take a look at what's going on around the league tonight. And we start it in Festus, I guess you could say. St. Pius, the Lancers, who are 4-4. They are hosting the 7-1 Valley Catholic Warriors. We'll keep tabs on that one tonight. St. Pius is 3-0 at home this year and lost to 8-0 Baylor in Chattanooga, Tennessee last week. The Potosi Trojans haven't won a game since starting the season 2-0. They're now 2-6, and they host St. Charles West, the Warriors, who are 3-5. The St. Genevieve Dragons at 5-3 on the road at Caruthersville against the Tigers, who are 7-1. The 3-5 Fredericktown Blackcats at East Prairie against the Eagles, who are 6-2. The 4-4 DeSoto Dragons look to end the regular season above 500. They're playing the 1-7 Herculaneum Blackcats. In Jackson, the 6-2 Indians get the Festus Tigers, who are 7-1. That's a big game. We'll keep tabs on that. The Bayless Broncos at 2-6 host the 3-5 Windsor Owls. Windsor looking to get back into the win column after suffering a final second loss against Fredericktown last week. Fredericktown scored with 1 second left. Cuba, the Wildcats are 4-4. They're at Perryville against the 7-1 Pirates, and the 4-4 Hillsboro Hawks. They host the 3-5 Poplar Bluff Mules. Of course, Hillsboro in the same district with North County as we keep tabs on where things will shake out after this week, because Week 10's district playoffs. It's Week 9 of the high school football season. And guess what? Kickoff is right around the corner, brought to you by Boyden Associates. The Farmington Knights and the Central Rebels coming up as we close out the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show. It's been a fun year. We have one regular season game left, and it's coming up after this. You've been listening to the Quality Cleaning and Restoration pregame show on the Parkland Sports Leader AM 1240 KFMO. Welcome to Week 9.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
It's never too early to start crunching those numbers, downloading those forms, and organizing all those receipts you put in your shoebox. Getting frustrated yet?
Yeah.
Try crunching this number, 573-546-3104. Accountant Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton. Stephanie is available year-round for tax and business consulting, accounting, and bookkeeping, and payroll. Crunch that number one more time, 573-546-3104. A trusted name in the Arcadia Valley area, Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for the perfect place for family fun? Welcome to the Family Fun Center, where smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories are made. From thrilling arcade games and exciting rides to mini golf and bowling, there is something for everyone. Planning a birthday party? We got you covered with party packages and endless entertainment. Whether it's your first time or your 100th, every trip to the Family Fun Center is an adventure. Fun for the whole family, right here at the Family Fun Center.
Hey treasure hunters, discover Maple Street Resale in Farmington, the fastest growing resale store in town. From clothes and collectibles to household items, Maple Street Resale has it all. Turn yesterday's trash into today's treasure with unbeatable prices and amazing finds. Whether you're looking to shop or sell, Maple Street Resale is your go-to destination, so don't miss out. Maple Street Resale, where bargains bloom. Visit them on Maple Street in Farmington today.
High school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
Tonight's game is brought to you by
New Era Bank in Bonne Terre, Deloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, and Park Hills. Applebee's in Farmington. Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills. Graphic Options in Farmington. Dalton Home Improvement in Bonne Terre. Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Little Caesars locations in Farmington and Deloge. Curtis Auto Glass in Park Hills. Liberty Security in Farmington. Missouri Farm Bureau agents Mike Sonsegal in Farmington and Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. Complete Vision Care in Leadington and Festus. Mineral Area College. Unico Bank in Deloge, Park Hills, and Farmington. Wade's Automotive in Farmington. Willett Home Furnishings in Bonne Terre. Culver's of Farmington. Gilster Mary Lee Corporations in Chester, Illinois. Pettis Automotive in Farmington. Kitchell Accounting and Tax in Ironton. Sam Sism Ford Lincoln in Farmington. Bullseye Equipment Rental in Bonne Terre. Mineral Area Overhead Door in Farmington. The Gun Vault in Bonne Terre. Otaki Lake KOA in Fredericktown. CarSmart of Farmington. First State Community Banks. Parkland Monument Company in Farmington. Dairy Queen locations in Farmington and Potosi. R&R Mobile Home Parts and Services in Valley Mines. Kim Hudson Caldwell Banker Halsey Realty in Farmington. Quality Cleaning and Restoration in Farmington. Pawfection Pet Grooming in Park Hills. State Farm Insurance Agent Chris Morrison in Farmington. Horton Wampler Funeral Home in Park Hills. Flooring Systems in Farmington. American Family Insurance Agent Harry Peterson in Park Hills. Schlosser Orthodontics in Farmington. Gifford Homes in Farmington. Richard Black CPA in Farmington. Shelter Insurance agents Dave and Scott Haggerty in Park Hills and Craig Wood in Fredericktown. Prairie Farms Dairies in Park Hills, and by Black Knight Automotive in Farmington.
High school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
And again, back out here at the Central High School Football Stadium, it's time for our Game of the Week, our high school football game of the week on AM 1240 KFMO. Once again, good evening. Connor Harbin here with you. He is Zach Pipkin, Jewel Boyer, and Jace Odell on camera tonight. Jared Pettis, D. Pettis, they are back in the studio here today. Another exciting matchup, the Central Rebels and the Farmington Knights. Two teams hovering around the 500 mark this season. Central trying to finish their year at 6-3, while Farmington tries to improve to 5-4. It looks like the coin toss was actually deferred, and it looks like Farmington will go ahead and receive. So we'll get our first look at this Knights offense here early tonight.
Absolutely, and I think Central wants to set the tone and try to say, hey, we're gonna be shutting the lights out early and then trying to, get back on offense, try to score quickly. So it'll be interesting to see how Farmington comes out here. Obviously, we know kind of what the strategy is going to be looking like for Farmington. Going to be running a whole lot more. It'll be interesting to see this, thin. Of course, Weiss talked to us about it off air. This is a thin roster. We'll see how it holds up against this ground and pound attack.
Yeah, these are two teams that have been a bit bit by the injury bug. You've definitely got some new names out there. Not maybe new names this week, but names that weren't maybe very high on the depth chart at the beginning of the year. You also have some players who are maybe just low but worked their way up. We know Central certainly has some players who have shined in their first year of varsity football, so we will see who gets the better today. We should have a fun contest. Should be a close contest as well, but obviously two teams that very much want to win here today. As we go ahead and set up for your Boyd & Associates opening kick here today. Boyd & Associates, turning complicated matters into simple concepts. John Boyd with Boyd & Associates has been bringing accounting integrity, character, client focus, and dedication to our local community for 20 years. It will be Nick Fowler to kick off here for Central. Two men back to receive for the Knights. Kick is away. It's a ground ball kick. That one pops up in the air. That one might actually be recovered by Central. Farmington signals they have it, and it looks like they do. The Knights escape an early fright there. As we approach Halloween, the Knights are going to get good field position out of this.
Yeah, Central not known for a kicking game, but with an opportunity like that, you got to try to capitalize on it. And Farmington bounced off of them about 3 different times before one of their guys was able to finally fall on it. But yeah, it gives them great field position as they'll start at their own 43.
Yeah, what I should say, not much of a kicking game this year as we know, but that was a very nice onside kick there from Fowler to start the game. So here's the Farmington offense. We'll go over your starters after this play. It's a handoff up the middle. No, it's going to be a keep. It's going to be the option. Lots of room for Dry. He's up the right sideline. He's going to be gone. He's to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. It's a first play score for the Farmington Knights. They lead 6-0.
Well, that's one way to right the ship after a tough couple of weeks. And I mean, they spread out the formation a little bit more. It was just still running out of the pistol, and they had a couple guys way out wide. And Brett Dry just pulled the ball from Case McLean and took off himself. Barrett Henson, the cornerback, he had to take the option, the pitch man. And then he had 15 yards of green grass right around him. So what a way to start this game for Farmington, and they definitely needed something desperately to get this offense going.
Well, we'll wait for those Farmington starters maybe on the second drive today, so hold that thought. Here's your extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. It's through the uprights and good. And just like that, Farmington leads this one 7-0. The ideal choice for your routine exams and anything regarding your eye care since 1966. 11:45 here to go in the first. 7-0 Farmington. Nielsen High School football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO. here for Farmington. 7-0 Knights, a first play score. 57-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Brett Dry. The Knights scoring very, very quickly, just 15 seconds into this one. Here's a pop-up kick, looking for some empty green. That one's going to be fielded on a hop here by August Black. He's going to return it to his right here. He's got some space. He's going to juke out to his right, but he's going to be tripped up, but not before he returns it all the way to the 44-yard line. It's a return of about 24 yards or so, fielded at the 20. But man, that was maybe one of the last men left to tackle him. He would have been gone.
Absolutely. And the only reason he really didn't get by him was because he had to keep going to his right. He wasn't really able to break up field, and you heard the whole Central faithful get up on their feet. It looked like we were getting ready to start throwing some haymakers early in this one.
So we'll get the Central starting lineup after this first play, barring a score. We'll see. We've already gotten ourselves a couple of big yardage plays here today. It's Jackson Jones, the quarterback, of course. He's going to come to the line here with two wide receivers, one to each side. It's a keeper for Jones. He's going to follow through the middle here. Pile's going to form. Looks like it's pushing towards Central. Now a little pushback. Everybody kind of falls to the ground here. It'll be a gain of about, a gain of about 2 here on first down, 2nd and 8. So let's go ahead and get your Shelter Insurance starting lineups, your Central offense here today. Of course, we talk about him a lot. It's the senior quarterback, Jackson Jones, at running back today, getting the start. That's freshman August Black. You've got 4 wide receivers listed on the 2 deep. That would be 1 sophomore Karis Foster, junior Max Woods, junior Chad Cosby, and senior Barrett Henson. And then the 5 up front, you'll have the sophomore Abel Mills at right tackle, right guard Dakota Bowers. He's a sophomore. Center Caden Bourne, and then you'll have left guard Hayden Carver. He's a senior. Silas Richardson, he is a sophomore. Your Shelter Insurance starting lineups. Here's a screen pass caught by August Black. There'll be no gain on the play. Maybe 1. They'll give him 1. It'll be 3rd down here and 7.
Yep, and it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, not being able to see Central a whole lot. From my perspective, it's always been Jackson Jones and his band of merry men who figured out what else Jackson Jones can do for this ball club, and they're going to have to find some supporting characters here as they're trying to make another run into the playoffs. And with their district, they still have a chance at this thing. I wouldn't count any Corey Schweiss coach team out of this, but definitely not setting themselves up here 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Central's district pretty much set. There could be a little bit in the middle as far as seedings are concerned, but 1, 2, and 7 are most likely set. We get a play whistle dead here. It's going to be a timeout taken by Farmington. So the Knights are going to take a timeout. It's their first of the half. They'll have 2 remaining. We'll take a timeout alongside them. 10:05 left to go here in the first. It's a timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansagra, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. 7-0 Knights. You're listening to high school football. Parkland sports leader, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Thinking about your next step? Think Mineral Area College. We offer small class sizes, transferable credits, and tuition rates less than half of a university. It's affordable, quality education. Apply at mineralarea.edu. Mineral Area College. It starts here.
Back here with a 3rd and 7 after the Farmington timeout. 7-0 Farmington leads. A first score touchdown, or first play touchdown, I should say. 57 yards for Brett Dry. Jackson Jones shotgun formation. Empty backfield. It's a pass to the flat here. Karis Foster moves forward for about 5 yards here. It's going to be 4th down and 2. And now Central's got an early choice.
Yeah, but I think they're going to go ahead and go for this here, try to establish something as that's a pickup of 4. And that's the second screen pass we've seen Jackson Jones try to throw. You got to wonder if that's starting to maybe set up something, maybe a deep shot later on, but they're definitely going to be trying to pick up the 3 yards here.
4th down and 2, and we'll see if Jones backs up. Remember, they do punt out of an offensive formation, looking for the hard count. Now Jones is going to back up. Still in fake punt territory. Still have to be careful. Nope, Jones is going to kick this away. It's a high, short kick. That takes an awful Central hop. That one's moving backwards. Trying to touch the lineman, and I think it did. Did it touch the back of the leg of a Farmington player? Central wants to say it's theirs. And we're going to say, well, still no indication. Now they do. Central ball. That ball took an awful Central hop, but unfortunately for Farmington, there was an up back who just wasn't ready for it, or a player out there who wasn't ready. I don't have his name. but it touched the back of the leg, and it's Central ball. That's essentially a gain of 20.
Yeah, you hate to see that happen, as he was basically still blocking his man. He was waiting for a return man, and
he was doing a good job.
Absolutely, he was doing a great job. Held his block, and it was a 15-yard basically roll for Central going the other way, and they're able to capitalize.
Handoff to August Black here with the new set of downs. He's going to get to the 35-yard line, make it a gain of 3. Well, maybe that's the break Central needed here. Again, that ball, it bounced hard back from about where the 30-yard line where it landed, about 10 yards in just a couple hops.
Yeah, and that punt was definitely skied in the air, and the wind is starting to breeze a little bit out here as we've had the warm and cold fronts move through today. Is definitely going to be interesting to see how that affects everything, but the punt kind of got caught up in the air and then, like you said, took a horrible bounce, and fortunate break for Central here as they're trying to answer that Brett Dry touchdown. 2nd
and 3rd here. It's going to be a keeper for Jones. Tripped up, but he stays on his feet here as he gets to the 30, eventually pushed down at about the 30-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1, gain of 6 here for the quarterback.
Absolutely, and Jackson Jones, ferocious runner and kind of being pressed into quarterbacking duties this year with the graduation of Kason Murphy, and he's definitely going to be a guy to be a dual threat like Kason Murphy was last year, as looks like we're going to see some substitutions here. And at the timeout, we didn't get to talk about this. Central went 5 wide with their receivers, and Farmington just was not prepared for it as they're still running primarily out of the shotgun. This is going to be an interesting matchup for these Farmington Knights defenders.
3 wide receiver set here as Jones tries to get Farmington to jump once more. They're not going to fall for it. He'll just keep it himself. Running up the middle, bounces out to his right, has the sideline. He's to the 20. He's going to lower his shoulder as he's pushed out around the 16 or so. It's going to be a solid pickup here. 14 yards for Jones on his 3rd carry of the day. Looking at 23 yards already here in 3 carries. It's 1st down and 10 here for Central.
Yep, and that was just a nice little quarterback draw as he was kind of waiting for the running lanes to form and was able to kind of pick his way through and bounce it out to the outside, run down the sideline a little bit. And now Central looking to strike here in the red zone.
So after the gain here, we'll see if Farmington can really slow the momentum here of the Rebels. That botched punt return, if you will, whatever you want to call it, it's kind of been the shot in the arm here for this Central team. Jones shotgun, 1 wide receiver each side. Jones going to hand it off here. Going to his left, that'll be Black. He'll get a yard. To the 15 we go here. Under 7 minutes to go now here in the first. Again, still 7-0. Farmington leading this game.
And this is going to be interesting. Corey Schweiss talked about a pregame. Got to establish the run. Well, it's got to be established the run with somebody other than Jackson Jones. August Black has definitely stepped up this year as the primary running back. We'll see if he continues to kind of help this offense out, as it looks like they're going to go 4 wide receivers with a tight end.
2 spread out to each side. Black and Foster on the near side. Going to send a man in motion. That is Barrett Henson. He gets a solid chunk to about the 10. And we're going to have a 3rd and modest here, 3rd and 4. They'll need to get to the 11. Ball's now, how about the ball to the 6? Ball's on the 10.
And that was a play that they ran pretty well last year on their way to the state championship. A little bit, well, our friend Sean Malone called orbit motion, where basically the receiver comes in and kind of takes an ankle towards the football. I'm surprised that they didn't call them on that. I've been puzzled by that all these times that I've seen it, how that's not a penalty, but Central will take it.
3rd down and again 4. It's Jones on the keeper. Jones bounces out to his right, still on his feet. He's going to truck a man into the end zone. Is he in? Well, he might have been stopped short. They're going to say yes. I thought he had got the momentum he needed to push his way in. Instead, he's on the 1-yard line. But still a gain of 9 here.
Yep, and he was basically waiting for reinforcements to kind of help him finish the job, as he basically, he got all those 9 yards hard fought as he basically stood up right at the line and then was able to kind of bounce his way outside, pick his way through the ankle tackles, and was able to get down to the 1-yard line. We'll see how Central decides to punch it in here.
Yeah, shout out to the Farmington defender, by the way. Didn't quite catch a number, and again, you're not going to be surprised when I say I forgot my binoculars. Pretty much stood up Jones at the 1 and was able to keep him out. But it is 1st and goal at the 1. Central's got 4 tries to get that 1 yard. It's going to be Jones actually in shotgun formation with Black in the backfield alongside him. They're going to run down the clock a little bit here. Jones still hands on hips. as is Black. Under 5 minutes to go now here in the first. Now they'll come set. Jones going to take the snap. He'll move forward himself, but I think he's not going to get there here on first down. He's going to be pushed backwards. Just a question if they give him forward momentum or not. They will. We do move just an inch short, an inch closer, I should say. How about second down and goal still on the one?
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot there as the hole quickly formed and then quickly evaporated for Jackson Jones, and was it met by about 3 different Farmington Knights players as the officials already having words with the central sideline.
Looking his way over there as a player comes off to the sideline. That is Wesley Williams, a junior. Now he'll come back out into the field of play, maybe being the play runner here a little bit.
And they're running more of, I don't want to say it's a diamond. They basically have 2 extra linemen in the backfield in front of the shotgun formation.
Again, they're going to run it. Looks like the same play. This time they're going to get the push. He's in. Touchdown Central. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Jackson Jones, his 6th carry of the drive. And that brings the Rebels back to within 1 here at 7-6.
And that's something they desperately needed, capitalizing on a bad hop basically for Farmington, as it basically got them all the way back into this ball game as Farmington had to stop, and we're going to see Central go for 2 here, but definitely a good way to regain some momentum and try to make this, a tie ball game or even take the lead here.
Ball's moved to the left hash. They're going to go for 2 here. 2 wide receivers to the right. 2-point try brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Jones going to take the snap as he rolls out to his right. He's going to go to the air for the first time today. Still surveying. That ball is going to be dropped. It'll fall incomplete. 2-point conversion will fail, and it remains a 1-point gain. Complete Vision Care offers quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for glasses, contacts, and suitable eye health since 1966. 7-6 here. We'll send it to the studio for an update. Jared, what do you have for us?
Guys, thanks. Quickly before the break, we have a couple scores. It's early on. They're 4 minutes in. Jackson leads Festus 14-0. That's all we have so far on the out-of-town scoreboard. Back at you, going to pay some bills. We'll be back to Park Hills right after this. On the Parkland Sports Leader, this is KFMO.
Find your dream home today at Gifford.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Pettis Automotive in Farmington.
7-6 our score, a 1-yard touchdown run for Jackson Jones. 3:54 left to go in the first quarter here in Park Hills. Connor Harbert, Zach Pipkin, Jace Odell, and Jewel Booyer up on the roof today. They're on camera. How about Jared Pettis, D. Pettis? They're back in studio. It's another ground ball kick, that time a little less drama because we're fallen on by Ian Zoner. And it's again going to be good field position here for the Knights. They'll take it at their own 39-yard line.
Yep, and that's the risk you take on siding every time. You obviously trying to give yourself a chance to get the ball back, and that's what happens. Sometimes the guys will fall on it, and Zoner almost had it nutmeg him as it nearly went between his legs. He kind of had to basically pull a hockey goalie and shut the legs real quick before he was able to squeak on by.
Farmington's run one offensive play today. It was a 57-yard touchdown run for quarterback Brett Dry. Man sent in motion. It's going to be another option. He keeps it, but this time he'll pitch it out. That's going to be Jack McCarthy. That's a hurdle. Josh McCarthy, I should apologize. He hurdles a man as he crosses the 50. It's going to be first down here for the Knights. So let's meet this Farmington Knights offense. As we saw earlier, the quarterback Brett Dry, dual threat quarterback. Got to watch out for him here today. The fullback, that'll be senior Kason McLean. You'll have 2 wingbacks. The H-back, that's sophomore Josh McCarthy. The A-back, that'll be senior Connor Rice. 2 wide receivers, the senior Ian Zoner and the senior Jack Embry. And then up front today at right tackle, you'll have Wyatt McDowell. At right guard, you'll have Connor Farrell. The center will be Corey Crawford. At left guard, you'll have Scott Fripp. And at left tackle, you'll have Keaton Gibbs. Those are your Shelter Insurance starting lineups, brought to you by Craig Wood Agency. Located at 9 Court Square in Fredericktown, allow Craig to help protect your family with life insurance. It's another big gain here, this time for Brett Dry. He'll get to around the central 40. From the 48 to the 40 we go, gain of 8, second down and 2.
Yep, and Farmington just kind of dissecting them early on here. Throw a whole bunch of different looks at this Central defense, and they're going to have to really step up here if they're going to want to try to get back off the field, as Farmington's, the smallest yardage they've gotten tonight is 7 on 3 plays. That's definitely not going to bode well for Corey Schweiss's bunch, and definitely don't want to put it past P.J. Jones, one of the better D coordinators in the area, to try to slow the bleeding here.
3 carries, 78 yards so far for Farmington. Man sent in motion here on 2nd down and 3. Fakes the handoff, going to go for the air, looking for Embry. That ball is intercepted by Foster. Karis Foster leaps into the air, makes the interception, and Central will take over. It was one-on-one coverage. Dry was looking for his man, Jack Embry. Instead, he found the waiting hands of the sophomore Foster.
Yeah, but I don't mind that play call at all. Try to take a shot. You've already had them on their heels, but yeah, that time the ball just hung up in the air, and it was allow Karis Foster to basically kind of play center field. He basically boxed out his man Embry and was able to get that ball out of the air, almost like some of the interceptions we saw on the state championship run last year for Central. It was Caden. He did a lot of acrobatics on the way to the state title, but definitely a good chance here for Central, but now they're backed up at their own 8.
We'll meet the Knights defense after this first play. Handoff to Black. He hurdles a guy, but he's got nowhere to run. He's actually going to, looks like, lose a yard. We'll go from the 8 to the 7 here. It'll be 2nd down and 11. So let's again meet Farmington's defense today. You've got 4 up front. That'll be Joey Bales. He's on the end. Your 2 defensive tackles, Colin Winch and Isaac Owens. Your other defensive end on the right side, that's Chase Buchanan. Your defensive backs, Brett Dry, Ian Zoner, Connor Rice, and Josh McCarthy. 3 linebackers, that's Caleb Leask, Kaysen McLean, and Coy Fripp. Again, your Farmington defensive lineup today. Here's a handoff to Henson on 2nd down. He's going to get to around the 9 or so. It's a gain of 2. Across the original line of scrimmage, but still going to be 3rd down and long, as actually we've got an official's timeout. Looks like we do have a player down here, a Farmington Knight, who's injured on the play.
Looks like we've got 2 Farmington Knights coming up. And the play is
one of the players coming up slowly. I think that is actually trying to get a number on it, but it does. Don't want to say it until I actually see it for sure, but it looks like Brett Dry.
So Corbin Phillips is the one making his way to the sideline.
7, you're right. Yes, absolutely.
And we'll get hopefully figure out who it is on the turf here in just a little bit.
Yeah, Corbin Phillips, who's actually listed as a 2nd stringer on the 2 deep. Of course, teams relatively beat up. Obviously, have some players that they're going to rotate in and out today. Phillips is one of those players, still waiting on a number for the player injured. Kind of scanning the field here, looking at some jersey numbers. Can't really figure it out. But I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and wait here while we figure it out. But hey, just a reminder, coming up tomorrow, might as well self-promote. We'll see Farmington again. We'll see Farmington again tomorrow. It's going to be district volleyball for you. The Class 4 District 1 volleyball tournament. The Farmington Knights, they are the 2 seed. They'll be taking on the 3 seed tomorrow, that being the Cape Central Lady Tigers. So make sure you tune in right here, AM 1240 KFMO. It'll be myself and Joey Palermo on the call. 2 o'clock pregame, 2:30 opening serve there on that game, but there is a game before that. You've got West Plains and Hillsborough, so might be a little late depending on the status of that game. If that game goes 4 or 5 sets, might be a little late, but the earliest we will go on is 2. They will not go early. Player still down on the ground here, still trying to get a view of the number, but we are stopped here with 1:36 to go here in this first quarter. We'll go ahead and send it on over to the studio. Jared, what do you have for us?
DeSoto starting off hot against Herculaneum. They're up 15-0, and Jackson still up 14-zip on Festus. No score, St. Genevieve and Caruthersville. Back to you guys.
So they are going to help the injured player off the field here. And unfortunately, I still just cannot get an angle on this number. It looks like it is one of the guys up front, though.
I believe it's Joey Bales, and he was in some major discomfort as he was getting some attention. It looked like on the lower leg, and he's definitely not putting a ton of weight on that as he's being helped to the sideline. So that'll hurt the defensive abilities here of Farmington as they're trying to go into their roster here. And well, my apologies. It looks like that's Joey Bales out there right now, so we're going to have to...
Our eye in the sky tells me it is 68, and that would be That would be Landon Scott, a senior defensive lineman. Chase Odell up in the sky today on the camera. Here's a handoff to Henson on 3rd down and 8. He's going to find the sideline. Gets the first down, it looks like, as he'll get to about the 20-yard line. Might give him the 19 instead. Either way, it's 9 yards, and that's good enough for a first down.
Yep, and Central desperately needed that as they tried to basically run the same play to this near sideline. They were able to get something going on that far sideline, get a little bit more blocking out front for Henson, and he was able to scamper upfield and get a new set of downs for the Central Rebels.
First down and 10. Ball's going to be just shy of the 20-yard line. Might as well be. It's pretty much 19 3/4. One wide receiver each side. Another handoff here. Juking back toward his right. That's August Black across the 25 to the 26. Gain of 6 here for the freshman. As we cross the 1 minute left here in the first quarter.
And talked about Corey Schweiss wanting a run game set up. They're starting to maybe show that here on this drive. It took a couple plays to get going, but now starting to find some creases and gaps in this Farmington defensive front.
We've got an empty backfield and 4 wide receivers. Wide receivers, I should say. Foster going to be sent in motion. Long fake handoff here. Jones will actually keep it as he goes between the gap here for about maybe a yard or two. And actually, nope, they're going to give him, that's enough for a first down.
Yep, and we'll see if Central elects to run another play here with 50 seconds on the clock. And looks like they're going to decline that as they're going to head to the sideline.
Yeah, it looks like that will be the final play of the first quarter, but Farmington, a first play score, but an interception on their second drive. They still hold a 1-point lead here over the Central Rebels, 7-6. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with quarter number 2 for you here from Central High School. This is high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
I heard it too, and I was like, what is going on?
Fredericktown.
Before we get back out to Park Hills, got an update to get to you. DeSoto now leading Herculaneum 22-0 as the updates roll in. St. Genevieve and Caruthersville scoreless at the end of one. And Jackson, it's Kai Crow with a 30-yard field goal. Jackson, the Indians, up on Festus 17-0. Back to you guys in Park Hills. You're listening to KFMO.
Thank you, Jared. Second quarter here in Park Hills. It's the Farmington Knights currently leading the Central Rebels 7-6. Both teams scoring on their opening drive. Both teams taking alternate routes, though, to get there. For Farmington, it was a one-play strike, 57 yards for Brett Dry. For the Rebels, it was a long, winding drive. Got a punt in there. Got a fumble recovery, if you want to call it that. A recovered punt, if you will. A special teams gaffe by Farmington allowed Central to keep the drive going, eventually culminating in a 1-yard touchdown run for Jackson Jones. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call today. It's empty backfield for the Rebels. 2 wide receiver set, got a tight end. Tight end lining up to the right. Looks like that's Max Woods. It's going to be a reverse here. Handed off to August Black. Lowers his shoulder, spins back toward his left, trying to keep it in bounds. It looks like he gets maybe 5 here. Good gain on first down. Second down and 5 incoming.
Yeah, he got way more on that than I thought he did, as the officials are going to decide to move it back a yard, of course. So pick up a 4 for August Black that time. But, yeah, definitely was able to turn upfield a lot faster and was able to get it out toward the sideline. And he'll take 4 yards on a first down every time.
I'm trying to resist saying the old cliche that I think I've said every single week this season, but 4 yards, it's good. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about, but I told myself I wouldn't do it today. Already a minute gone by in this second quarter. Don't mean to be obtuse. Here's a fake handoff. It's going to be a keeper for Jones this time. He's across the 40, steps out of bounds. Looks like they'll give him the 41, which would be, actually, it looks like they're going to give just shy of the first down marker. We'll have 3rd and inches here. Gain of 6, though, for Jones.
Yep, and I think this will be a pretty simple play call for Corey Schwartz's bunch, as they gave him, said 6, call short 6, about a half yard short. And we'll see if they try to power here. Continue running out of the shotgun. It's an interesting decision for Corey Schweiss's bunch. You think a lot of times you see teams with small rosters, they try to condense it down to help preserve talent, and no, they're spreading things out.
Ball on the central 41-yard line. Here's Jones again. Going to fall forward here to the 44-yard line. Now looks like they'll give him the 45. Now we'll get a flag thrown. August Black clapping his hands like this might be incoming on Farmington.
Yep, and I think there was some discomfort there in the pile as Jackson Jones is starting to limp away back to the huddle, and he's bent over. He's a tough cookie, but man, that's definitely not the way you want to have your night start here.
We're going to have a personal foul here called against Farmington. And so tack 15 yards to the end of the play. It was going to originally be the central 45. Instead, we're going to march all the way to the Farmington 40. Something happened in that pile, I'm going to presume.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, and can't hear the official through the headphones. I thought he may have said face mask on the tackle as well, but yeah, definitely something going on in the pile, and the official's still talking about it with Jackson Jones. And I mean, he's a fiery character. He's going to let everybody know if there was something going on in that pile.
Yeah, we've seen Jones put himself in some awfully tough positions here this year. We've seen him carry the ball 30-plus times, I think twice this year. Helped along by some extra overtime periods, but still 30 carries a game. Jones is really a guy that they rely on. Going to be 4 wide receivers out. Nope, 3. Going to stack 2 tight ends, though, on the line. It's going to be another Jones keeper here. Gets into the secondary as he's going to get to the 35 here. Nicely done there by the linebacker. That was actually stepping up on the play. That was Chase Buchanan, who stepped up from the safety spot that time to make the tackle. And it goes 2nd and 5. No, sorry. Wrong Buchanan. That would be Chase Buchanan from the line. Nice chase there from number 22. You've got Hudson and you've got Chase. Hudson a defensive back, Chase a defensive lineman. On the end, 2nd down and 5. We'll get a whistle, and it's a timeout taken here by Farmington. So the Knights going to take their 2nd timeout here of this first half. We've got 10 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. The Knights lead here at 7-6. Take a quick break ourselves. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansegra and Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. You're listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Update in studio before we get you back to Park Hills. Right down the road, we're in Studio Central. It's 7:40 to go in the first. Valley Catholic leads St. Pius 13-7. Wyatt Fowlert with a pair of passing touchdowns, but the Lancers tied it for the most recent Tyler Gay touchdown with an 80-yard rushing touchdown of their own. 13-7, midway through the first. Valley Catholic and St. Pius, St. Genevieve and Crothersville. Dragons lead 7-0. Back to you guys.
Once again, thank you, Jared. Jared Pettis-D. Pettis back in studio today. Empty backfield. 7-6 our score after the Farmington timeout. The Knights have 1 remaining. It's going to be Jones who takes a snap moving forward. Jones really doing a lot of the drive, a lot of the work here on the drive. He's going to get away from a couple would-be tacklers as he crosses the 30. And they're going to say he stepped out at the 30, but it's still enough for a first down. I've got 5 first.
Yep, and just picking his way through there is about as much of a power look out of the shotgun you're going to get with 2 tight ends, and basically kind of just blew right through the line as Farmington had some guys get into the backfield, but they just basically had no time to react.
So Central, another long drive here. Started with a few minutes left in the first. After the interception, they've gone the length of the field. At least so far, ball's on the Farmington 29. Here's a handoff to Henson. He's not going to have a lot of room to run with it, though. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. They say he will, so we'll make it 2nd and 10.
And that's a heck of a read from Case and McLean. We talk his praises a lot as basically the running back / fullback of this Farmington triple option attack, but he's a heck of a linebacker too. And he's definitely been one of their main stalwarts on defense, and definitely a big play there to kind of slow things down for Central here, as that's really the first negative or net 0 play for Central so far this drive.
And down in 10 here now. 2 wide receivers lined up to the left. One of those men going to be sent in motion. It's Black. They'll fake the handoff. Jones going to the air. Throwing the screen out to the left. Pass is caught. That's Chad Cosby on the reception. He'll cut it back to his right here. He'll get to just outside the 20. To the 21 we go. Gain of 8. 3rd down and 2. First catch of the day here for Cosby.
And that's not something that they've kind of abandoned here recently. They started out the first drive throwing a lot of the screen type passes and was able to get modest yardage. That time it was really there and kind of lulled Farmington into a sense of security, like, hey, we're going to run the ball to the right side again. And that time Cosby was able basically to chip his man and basically go out to the opposite flat and was able to pick up a nice chunk of change there before a 3rd and short.
Cosby, another player who's seen his name called a little bit more here this season due to the injuries. Here's another quick pass here. It's a pass to the flat for August Black, trying to use the speed, but he's roped down at the 20. Nope, it's going to be 4th down and short. He only got a few inches. They'll move it forward, but it's still going to be 4th down and about 1.
Yeah.
Big play coming up here.
Heck of a play there from Connor Rice, another guy that we talk about a lot on offense. He was able to make the tackle there before August Black was able to get outside. And that play was very quick. He kind of gave Farmington too much time to read what was going on. And now it's going to bring up 4th and short, and Corey Schweiss's bunch is going to go for it.
Yeah, it is very much 4-down territory here. It's 4th down and 1. See if they give it to Jones. They will. Between guard and tackle, still on his feet. Well, it was supposed to be maybe a yard's going to turn into 10 as Jones keeps pushing and pushing and pushing with a little help from his friends on the offensive line as well. Special shout out there on that play. How about Caden Boren, the senior helping the senior, and that's going to make it 1st down and goal here on the 10.
Yeah, just got to keep them legs churning, and obviously Jackson Jones is not afraid to put the shoulder down and plow ahead forward, and was able to, like you said, turn 1 yard into 10 and really had Farmington on their heels as it's going to set up 1st and goal.
1st down and goal. Previous trip to the red zone for the Rebels ended in a touchdown. Handoff to Henson. Henson bouncing it out, looking for the left pylon, but he's going to be taken down at the 5. That was a nice chase play. Ian Zoner, I think, came across all the way from the field that time to make that tackle. But still 5 yards here for Henson. 2nd down and 5. 2nd goal from the 5.
And that time he was able to get upfield and was able to outrun the D end as he read the play, just wasn't fast enough to make it, and then was, like you said, wrestled down after a pickup of 5. So you have half the distance between yourself and the end zone where you were, so make it 2nd and goal from the 5.
So the lineup here, ball in the left hash. Going to split a man out to the right. That's Henson. Now they'll send Foster and Fowler out to the right, but we're going to get a timeout here, it looks like, from Central. Coach Weiss is going to march his way out there. He's going to meet the team pretty much in the middle of the field. Obviously didn't see something he liked out there. He'll be forced to burn his first timeout. Let's take 1-2, 6:27 left to go here in this 2nd quarter. 7-6. Farmington still leads Central in this one. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Kitchell Accounting and Tax in Ironton. Samson Ford Lincoln in Farmington. Bullseye Equipment Rental in Bonne Terre. Mineral Area Otaki Lake KOA in Fredericktown.
After the Central timeout, it is still 2nd and 6. 6:27, I should say 2nd and goal. Looking at the scoreboard here, obviously it is 2nd and goal. 6:27 to go in the half. 7-6, Farmington leads Central. Connor Harbert, Zach Pipkin on the call today. Timeout brought to you by... I'll get to that here in just a second as they're going to bounce it out here. It's going to be Jones, who is pushed down, but he's going to fall into the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Central takes the lead here at 12-7. Just going to say a timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. But Jackson Jones getting up to the line in a hurry. The quick snap brings it into the end zone for 6. They lead by 5 here with 6:21 to go in the second.
Yep, and he just wasn't going to be denied as he was able to kind of shrug off a couple of tackle attempts up high at the shoulders, and then was able to basically worm his way into the end zone as he was basically stopped about 2 inches inside the end line, but he was able to get the ball across, and we'll see what they do here on the 2-point conversion.
2-point try brought to you by Complete Vision Care, locations in Leadington and Festus. It's another Jones keeper. He'll get a nice big push from his lineman. He is in. They'll get back to 14. It's a 7-point lead here halfway through the second quarter. So the second rushing touchdown today for Jackson Jones. This one from 5 yards out. 14-7 now our score. We'll take a break. Come right back. You're listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Someone's starting strong this season with the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu, with the delicious return of pumpkin pie and French silk pie, plus other great fall flavors. Oh, this lineup may just be the GOAT. Taco? No, like the greatest of all treats kind of GOAT. Hurry in and try all 7 delicious flavors on the new Fall Blizzard menu. Get it in the DQ app. Happy tastes good.
When accidents happen, trust the experts at Griffin Automotive Design. Our dedicated team restores your vehicle to its pre-collision glory with precision and care. Your vehicle deserves the best, so visit us today for a seamless repair experience at 900 Point View Drive in Bonne Terre, Missouri. We're more than just a classic car restoration shop. We're also a fully equipped state-of-the-art collision center. So give us a call at 573-534-2300.
First lead of the game, have 14-7, 6:21 to go here in quarter number 2. Connor Harbert, Zach Pipkin on the call today. It's going to be a standard kickoff this time, but still field about the 16-yard line. Farmington, they've got a big gap here for the return. It's going to be a big one, stiff-arming one would-be central tackler all the way to the 43. That time here, that was Kason McLean. That was a return of about 24 yards. Another solid return for the Knights, and even when Central kicks it deep, the Knights, they find a way to really start with good field position. That's been the key for Farmington today.
Yeah, they've basically prime field position. They capitalized once and had a turnover their last possession. Now they're going to be trying to knot this game back up, and you talked about good field position. That line drive kick basically went right to McLean and had no chance for the Central defenders to cover the kick.
Brett Dry, keeper on first down. He'll get 2. And so it'll start 2nd down and 8. So midway through the second, let's go and meet your Central starting defense here today. A bit dramatic back in the studio, but 2nd down and 8. Let's go and meet your starting defense. As we have here up front on the defensive line, how about the senior Justin Robertson? You'll have sophomore Silas Richardson. No, excuse me, that'll actually be Aiden Boren starting on defense today for Richardson. Senior Hayden Carver and sophomore Dakota Bowers. 3 linebackers, the senior Jackson Jones, the junior Max Woods, and the junior Chad Cosby. And then 4 defensive backs. You'll have Barrett Henson, the senior, Brody McIntyre, he's a junior, sophomore Karis Foster, and senior John Boyer here as well. It's going to be a pitch out on first down. Those are your Shelter Insurance starting lineups, by the way. Craig Wood Agency, located at 9 Court Square in Fredericktown. Allow Craig to help protect your family with life insurance. It was a pitch out to the left sideline. They get a yard. It'll be third and a long 7, kind of 3rd and 8 here for the Knights.
Yep, and I think they've gone to the well a couple too many times with that option play with Josh McCarthy, as Central read that pretty well, was able to get some men to the outside, was able to basically stop the play before anything could happen.
3rd down and 7. Dry's going to go to the air. Looks for the out route. Has Embry. Pass is caught. He's going to be short from the first down, though. It's going to be a gain of around 4 here. We'll turn it into 3rd and 3. Or 4th and 3, I should say. But they are across midfield on the Central 49.
Yep, and I think Eric Krupe's going to go ahead and go for this. They don't want to give Central the ball back and have an opportunity for them to maybe run this clock out, as they've had long bruising drives so far in this one, and Farmington's needing a spark here before halftime, try to get that score back that they gave up.
So 4th down and 3, and it looks like Farmington's going to go for it. They're going to split 2 to each side, 1 back alone in the backfield. Man sent in motion to his right. They're going to hand it off up the middle here to Casey McLean. He's got the first down. He's across the 45 to the 44. First down and 10 here for Farmington.
And first touch of the night for Casey McLean on offense, and comes in a big spot there on 4th down, and always talk about him being the bell cow back of the area, and definitely give it to your playmakers whenever the time is right.
Yeah, the time of possession has largely been in favor today for Central. That's what you do when you score on the first play, then you throw the quick interception, but expect McLean to get quite a few more touches here tonight, but as it stands, that is first touch for 5 yards today. In fact, I think they've only run about 7 offensive plays. First down and 10, another handoff to McLean here. And again, he's going to get a solid chunk of yards. Looks to be 4 this time. Second down and 6 as McLean never actually taken to the ground, just kept running and running and running until they blew the whistle.
Yeah, he just ran right into the mass of humanity. His line was able to basically give him 4 yards as he basically just kind of followed him ahead. If he would have been able to escape the pile and bounce it outside, he definitely had some real estate, but he'll take a nice modest gain of 4 on first down.
Something to watch for the clock here as we're still 40 yards away from the end zone. Remember, Farmington only has 1 timeout left. Don't really have to think about rushing just yet, but certainly something to think about. Can't take all the time in the world. Here's a pitch out to the left here. This time it's going to be Connor Rice on the carry. It's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward to maybe get 1, maybe only a few inches. It's going to be put up the 40, and we'll have 3rd and 6.
Yeah, but that play just kind of took too long to develop as the Central defense was able to read that as Rice got the pitch in the backfield. Normally you'd kind of want to have them already out in space, and that time Central was able to read it there, and it'll bring up 3rd, and it's still manageable. You're definitely in 4-down territory still with 3rd and 6.
A couple new players coming to the game here for Farmington. That includes Owen Barron, wide receiver, also out there as well. That would be Hudson Buchanan. 3 wide receivers set. Dry going to go back to pass. Going to roll out of the pocket now to his right. Might just tuck it and run. He sees room on the sideline. Now cuts back to his left. It's a great decision there from Dry. He's across the 30 to the Central 26-yard line. Gain of 14 on the play.
Gotta love whenever your quarterback calls his own number, not afraid to make a quick decision, and definitely one of the better runners with the football in the area at the quarterback spot, and picks up, they're gonna actually mark him back a yard, of course, make it a gain of 13. I'm sorry, partner.
Even when I'm sure, I'm not actually sure. I'm never correct. But anyway, I digress. It's still 13, still a good gain for Brett Dry. I'll get it someday.
Put yourself just outside the red zone here as well. Don't be afraid to, or don't be shocked to see another shot at the end zone. It looks like P.J. Jones is going to call a timeout here from the sideline.
Yeah, this is a timeout taken here by Central. They'll go ahead and take their second timeout of the half, so both teams 1 timeout remaining. Let's take 1, 2. We got 2:11 left to go here in this first half. It's 14-7 in favor of Central. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra, Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. You listen to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
You're out. We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Timeout left. 14-7. Central leads this one, but Farmington, they're getting ever closer to that red zone. Pistol formation here. Handoff up the middle. Nope. It's going to be a keeper for Dry. Pulled the fake. Goes back to his left here. He's inside the 20 to the 15 now. Now cuts it back to his right, but he's got follow-up help. That was Karis Foster. Tackle is made here by Dakota Bowers, but another Dry quarterback keeper gets, it looks like, how about 12 yards? And it's first down and 10 from the 15.
Yep, and definitely a nice decision there as well on the option. That's what makes this offense so hard to basically stop. You got 4 guys that can basically get the ball in any play, and that's not including the receivers out wide if they decide to pass. There's just a lot of options for Brett Dry at the controls of this offense, and like I said, not afraid to call his own number, and that time it was a good decision. He was able to break a couple tackles and bounce it down inside to the 15.
First down and 10. Dry getting a lot of the yardage here on this drive. This time, though, he's going to keep it again. But this time the fake's only going to get him about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Dry certainly feeling himself right now. 3 straight plays he's faked the handoff and kept it himself.
Yep, and I mean, there's times where you want to hand it off to more of your playmakers, where you want to say, hey, maybe let's save a quarterback run and a hit that he took out there on the far side. But he's definitely fearless as a ball carrier, and definitely interesting to see how much he touches the ball, as he's definitely got the bulk of the touches so far tonight.
2 hard-nosed quarterbacks here. Dry, again, it's the option. He's going to be stood up at the 10. Looks like 2 yards. 2nd down, no, 3rd down and 5. And now here, Dry. That was his 7th carry of the game. Helped along with that 57-yard run to start the game. He's Farmington's leading ball carrier tonight, both in touches and yards.
And we are at a minute to go here in this first half, and I think Farmington, they'd love to have a touchdown. I think they'd be content with the field goal, though. But we'll see. They still got 2 downs to play with here.
And they do still have 1 timeout. Another keeper for Dry. And it looks like he's going to be short. He's going to get 4. But it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, they're going to need to get this play in quick if they want to preserve that timeout, as we are at 30 seconds, and they are not showing – they're subbing guys in and out. I think I would assume it's going to be a power run trying to get this first down, but they're at 20 seconds. They've already burned 15 seconds off this clock.
Pitch out here. It's going to be Connor Rice, who gets to about the 2-yard line. He's going to be stopped just shy.
Yep, he's going to be wrangled out of bounds, and it's going to be a gain of 4 on that play, as they nearly had Brett Dry in the backfield. And this should give Farmington, well, he got 8.3 on the clock. This should give them basically 2 attempts at the end zone. You could still run the ball, as they have preserved that timeout. But it will be interesting to see what Farmington decides to do here, as you got Jack Embry on the sideline. They're trying to run the play in. There's 10 seconds on this play clock. They're not going to get this play off. Counted down to 5, and they're hustling to the line. Pistol formation, and got to have a blown dead. We're going to see who called the timeout, and Central is the one that called the timeout. With the play clock running down and 7.7 on the clock, I think we're going to have to put that 8.3 back up on the clock. We'll see. Looks like the official's coming over to our general vicinity now to convey that to the clock operator. And got that changed up on the scoreboard.
Hotspot came unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Lost us.
Okay. Say, I saw you were doing something, so I was just...
So we have to wait for it to boot up again.
Oh, okay. That's
when
fine.
I pushed it down to the floor, it must have come unplugged. I didn't see it because it's dark down there.
Yeah, say, you got a tangle probably.
That sucks, but...
Timed out.
Yeah.
Still not. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I was with Joey, it was my first time doing something like trying to set it up by myself, I think, and I left it out in the sun.
Yeah, and it
overheated.
Shut off. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't see it come unplugged, or else.
Oh, it's all good.
Because I know I even made a comment about it being low battery.
Yeah.
But I thought.
See if it'll.
Yeah.
Kick on now.
Not yet. It's probably gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to reset the Comrex. We might just miss this touchdown.
Pass intercepted. There we go. You're good. Holding on them on the, I believe it's going to be on the return, so it should be into the half.
Yeah, I got to restart hotspot, but I told Jay.
not catch the end of that half. Karis Foster intercepted a Farmington pass in the end zone. That's how the half ended. So we're at halftime in our broadcast game. It's 14-7 Central. Time to take a look at some of the out-of-town scores as we get you the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door, in this Midwest Sports Center halftime report. We will start it with Valley Catholic and St. Pius. That game 19-7 as they've just entered the second quarter. Valley Catholic with the advantage on this Friday night. St. Pius is 3-0 at home this year. Colin Henderson started the scoring with his 10th touchdown of the year, 38-yard pass reception, that is. And he got it from Wyatt Fowler. Point after was good. The Lancers answered back with an 80-yard touchdown of their own, not even 15 seconds later, to tie it up 7-all. Then it would be Wyatt Fowler to Tyler Gegg for a 7-yard touchdown, making it 13-7. Point after not good, and with 55 seconds left in the first, Connor Clanton rushing touchdown from 3 yards out, made it 19-7. A point after wasn't good in that one either. They're through one quarter, and last update, Potosi and St. Charles West scoreless. St. Genevieve and Caruthersville. The Tigers lead the Dragons 14-7 with 4:52 to go in the second. And Fredericktown and East Prairie don't have an update on that. DeSoto leading Herculaneum 29-0. At last check, they had just started the second quarter. And Jackson dominating Festus right now 26-0. That is in the second quarter. Windsor was listed as playing Bayless. Don't have a score there. Perryville and Cuba, no score there either. And Poplar Bluff and Hillsboro haven't got an update yet on that one. Currently looks like it's 0-0 in the first quarter. I'll give you a little score a little bit out of the area. St. Vincent and Jefferson, that one's tied 14-all, and that one's been going back and forth. Out-of-town scoreboard check courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door at 1020 Woodlawn Drive, just north of Farmington, providing over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. We'll have highlights coming up next, stats down the road, and our desired health chiropractic halftime adjustment strategy coming up as well. You're listening to the Midwest Sports Center halftime report on KFMO. 14-7 Central leads Farmington in Week 9.
Slauson Orthodontics offers orthodontic care.
Hey, we're back.
It's never too early to start crunching those numbers, downloading those forms, and organizing all those receipts you put in your shoebox. Getting frustrated yet?
Yeah.
Try crunching this number, 573-546-3104. Accountant Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton. Stephanie is available year-round for tax and business consulting, accounting, and bookkeeping, and payroll. Crunch that number one more time, 573-546-3104. A trusted name in the Arcadia Valley area, Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lincoln supporting our communities since 1937. Zach's got the stats.
First for the Central Rebels, we'll look at the team stats real quickly. 119 yards of total offense, 106 on the ground, 13 yards through the air. Farmington has actually outgained Central by 12 yards, 131 total yards of offense, 127 yards on the ground, 4 yards through the air for Brett Dry. We'll look at your individual stats now. First for Central, Jackson Jones, 4 of 4 on the night, but only 13 total yards passing through the air. Jackson Jones also with 13 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that first half, accounting for all 14 of Central's points. Barrett Henson, 5 carries for 23 yards. August Black, 4 carries for 11 yards. August Black with 3 receptions, 3 yards total. Karis Foster with one reception for 4 yards, and Chad Cosby 1 reception for 8 yards. And then looking across the way to the Farmington Ice, Brett Dry, 1 of 3. For 4 yards and 2 interceptions, including the one to end the half to Karis Foster in the end zone with 8 seconds left on the clock. Foster was able to run that ball out, and then there was a penalty, some discussion there, and Eric Kirby declined the penalty and took it to the halftime break. Brett Dry is the leading rusher for Farmington as well, so some really good quarterback play on the ground if you're a fan of that sort of thing. 8 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown for Brett Dry. Josh McCarthy, 2 carries for 15 yards. Casey McLean, 2 carries for 9 yards. Connor Rice, 2 carries for 4 yards. And Jack Embry, the lone reception for Farmington. And those are your stats here with Central up 14-7.
Again, your halftime stats, those are brought to you by Sam Sism Ford Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no-cost-to-you forever warranty. Go online to SismFord.com or call 573-431-3177. We are still at halftime of today's contest. 15 minutes left to go before the teams come back out into the field. We'll have about 18 minutes. We'll take another break. When we come back, it's time for some highlights. We had highlights in that first half. We'll go over them when we come back. But again, you're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Looking for the perfect place for family fun? Welcome to the Family Fun Center, where smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories are made. From thrilling arcade games and exciting rides to mini golf and bowling, there is something for everyone. Planning a birthday party? We got you covered with party packages and endless entertainment. Whether it's your first time or your 100th, every trip to the Family Fun Center is an adventure. Fun for the whole family, right here at the Family Fun Center.
Hey treasure hunters, discover Maple Street Resale in Farmington, the fastest growing resale store in town. From clothes and collectibles to household items, Maple Street Resale has it all. Turn yesterday's trash into today's treasure with unbeatable prices and amazing finds. Whether you're looking to shop or sell, Maple Street Resale is your go-to destination, so don't miss out. Maple Street Resale, where bargains bloom. Visit them on Maple Street in Farmington today.
Their own 43-yard line. One offensive play. Brett Dry took it to the house with this rushing touchdown. We'll go over your starters after this play. It's a handoff up the middle. No, it's going to be a keep. It's going to be the option. Lots of room for Dry. He's up the right sideline. He's going to be gone. He's to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. It's a first play score for the Farmington Knights. They lead 6-0. That would prove to be Farmington's only score of the game. Central, first drive, we thought it maybe had stalled out. Jackson Jones stepped back to punt it away. It was a sky punt. It took an odd backwards hop. Ended up working out in their favor. Still in fake punt territory. Still have to be careful. Nope, Jones is going to kick this away. It's a high, short kick. That takes an awful Central hop. That one's moving backwards. Trying to touch the lineman, and I think it did. Did it touch the back of the leg of a Farmington player? Central wants to say it's theirs. And we're going to say, well, still no indication. Now they do. Central ball. That ball took an awful Central hop, but unfortunately for Farmington, there was an up back who just wasn't ready for it, or a player out there who wasn't ready. I don't have his name, but it touched the back of the leg, and it's Central ball. That's essentially a gain of 20. That was a very, very bad break for the Farmington Knights, as that allowed Central to continue their drive. They would move inside the red zone. They would get it first and goal from the 1. And Jackson Jones, as he's done so often this season, he was there to punch it in for the Rebels. Again, they're going to run it. Looks like the same play. This time they're going to get the push. He's in. Touchdown, Central. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Jackson Jones, his 6th carry of the drive. And that brings the Rebels back to within 1 here at 7-6. Farmington would try to respond. They would do a pretty solid job of moving it down the field. Got good field position once again. Crossed into Central territory, but they would go to the air for the first time. They would throw it deep into one-on-one coverage. Karis Foster was there for this interception. Man sent in motion here on 2nd down and 3. Takes the handoff, going to go for the air, looking for Embry. That ball is intercepted by Foster. Karis Foster leaps into the air, makes the interception, and Central will take over. It was one-on-one coverage. Dry was looking for his man, Jack Embry. Instead, he found the waiting hands of the sophomore Foster. And so that would allow Central to go back on the attack. It would be a long, winding drive. It would start with a few minutes left to go in the first quarter. It would almost take half the quarter away from the second, but it ended another Central touchdown. Who else? Jackson Jones, this time from 5 yards out. We'll get to that here in just a second, as they're going to bounce it out here. It's going to be Jones, who is pushed down, but he's going to fall into the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown today. Central takes the lead here at 12-7. And then, of course, we did have one highlight. Unfortunately, didn't have it for you. As they march down the field, Farmington does. They get very, very close. They go to the air again. It's a 2nd interception for Karis Foster as time expires. Therefore, that 7-point lead for Central does still remain. It is 14-7 in favor of the Central Rebels, and they lead the Farmington Knights. We'll go ahead and take ourselves another break. When we come back, still have the halftime adjustment strategy. We'll talk things over, and we'll get you all set up here as we continue to prepare for the second half here in today's ball game. Again, Central 14, Farmington 7. You're listening to high school football in the Midwest Sports Center halftime report here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We are your shelter.
He's not going to pick her. No.
Oh, is this really happening? It's like it was destiny. Reese's Pieces and cookie dough together in a DQ Blizzard. Bet you didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming.
I did.
Hold on, are we still talking about the Blizzard?
I wonder if they're still together. No.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, the Reese's Pieces cookie dough Blizzard is like really good. DQ, happy tastes good.
Going with the second half, it is 14-7. The Central Rebels lead the Farmington Knights here in this one, Week 9, the final week of the regular season. It is now time for your halftime adjustment strategy. It's brought to you by Desired Health Chiropractic, located in Farmington. When we look at Farmington here in this game, Zach, and maybe we'll get to Central here in just a second. When we look at Farmington, you score on the first play of the game, you've been shut out since. What do you need to do to get that offense flowing again, maybe stop the Central offense a little bit, and overcome and win this game?
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is a good defense, and they've been, moderating the Central gains. They really haven't been big chunk plays, but they really have not been able to get them to basically get a stop and force them to punt. And the one punt they did have, it backfired pretty terribly. So they need to find a way to get their offense out on the field, because their offense has been moving the ball. It's just been, bad decision-making on the part of Brett Dry through the air that's really halted these drives, because they've scored and then they've thrown 2 picks. That's basically all that's happened. So I think keep your focus on the ground attack, because Central really hasn't stopped them all that well so far. I think if you're Farmington and Eric Krupe, you've got to keep that ball on the ground and try to wear out this Central bunch that we've already talked about. They're very thin up front. They're going to have to, this is going to be a real gut check for these Rebels still. They're going to get the ball to start the half, so Central going to be looking to go up 2 scores, and maybe that could be a real difference maker in this ball game. So Farmington definitely needing to get a stop on this first drive on defense and just keep attacking on the ground. And I think once you do that, maybe that'll allow Brett Dry to have a little bit more of a clean target to try to throw the ball into.
Yeah, some key stats from that first half that we didn't really talk about. 2, obviously, turnovers for Farmington here today through the air. You want to talk about that punt maybe as a third. Not really a turnover in the purest sense of the word, but obviously you were supposed to get the ball back. That didn't actually end up happening. 3 turnovers, so to speak, 2 officially for Farmington. Central, only 2 drives in that entire first half. They got the ball after that Farmington score. They took a lot of the first quarter away. They got that interception deep in their own field. They drove it down the field. So only 2 drives for Central, but they have a 100% success rate so far. A couple touchdowns here today. Again, actually, before we go ahead and move on here, I want to ask you about Central as well, because there are probably some adjustments I think Coach Schweiss and Coach Jones down there would like to make with this Central squad.
Absolutely. And this is, of course, my first time seeing these Central Rebels. Of course, we've seen, they've had some slugfests and some shootouts this year. I wouldn't mind seeing them try to throw the ball deep a little bit more and really test this Farmington bunch. I know, Jackson Jones is already up to 13 carries tonight. And, they've really had pretty good success on the ground. They've gotten, basically yardage every play. I'd like to see them maybe try something different. And we talked about Eric Krupe. They'll play tricks with their eyes. I think right now it's very one-dimensional. It's working, but I'd like to see them try something a little bit different. And then on defense, they really need to fill the gaps, as they really just have not been able to tackle. They've been allowing Brett Dry some cutting lanes, basically. They've been able to kind of halt the momentum, and then he bounces outside, and then he takes off for another 5. That has to stop. You have to be able to get multiple hats on the ball on the defensive side. I know Jackson Jones, he does a lot for this ball club, and he's going to need some help from probably some of his fellow secondary men on the defensive side of the ball. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments P.J. Jones makes. You can't complain with 2 interceptions. Karis Foster's had a heck of a ball game tonight. He may be up for some pizza later on as well, so we'll keep that in mind. But yeah, P.J. Jones, I think he's still probably not super thrilled with the amount of yardage. Like we talked about, Farmington outgained Central in that first half. It may not sound like it with the score and kind of how the game is played out, but yeah, definitely want something for Central. Try to get multiple men on the ball, try to tackle Brett Dry and Casey McLean and all the guys they have in that backfield, and then on offense maybe try to sprinkle in something a little bit different, try to show Farmington a couple different looks.
Yeah, we always say the run sets up the pass. Farmington starting to bring people forward a little bit maybe in that second half. might look for Foster down the sideline. We know Central, they will do it. They will throw into one-on-one coverage and let Foster try to leap up and take one away. But again, that is your halftime adjustment strategy. It's brought to you by Desired Health Chiropractic, located in Farmington, because life was meant to be abundant. Be sure to get your adjustments done at Desired Health Chiropractic in Farmington. That'll do it for the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. When we talk next, it'll be time for the third quarter. As it stands, Central 14, Farmington 7. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
You've been listening to the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. Midwest Sports Center in Farmington is your premier dealership for power sports. Visit them for your next great adventure on the road, off the road, or in the water. Midwest Sports Center is your ultimate outdoor toy store on Live in Farmington.
Stay tuned. The second half is next after these messages.
When accidents happen, trust the experts at Griffin Automotive Design. Our dedicated team restores your vehicle to its pre-collision glory with precision and care. Your vehicle deserves the best, so visit us today for a seamless repair experience at 900 Point View Drive in Bonne Terre, Missouri. We're more than just a classic car restoration shop. We're also a fully equipped state-of-the-art collision center. So give us a call at 573-534-2300.
Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, cozy couches, elegant dining tables, essential bedroom furnishings, and stylish fireplaces, all at great deals. At Cornerstone, we specialize in turning your house into a home. Discover the perfect blend of comfort and style with our quality furniture. Your dream home is just a visit away. Experience the difference at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where we make every corner of your home a reflection of unique style and comfort preferences. Located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
It's never too early to start crunching those numbers, downloading those forms, and organizing all those receipts you put in your shoebox. Getting frustrated yet?
Yeah.
Try crunching this number, 573-546-3104. Accountant Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton. Stephanie is available year-round for tax and business consulting, accounting, and bookkeeping and payroll. Crunch that number one more time, 573-546-3104. A trusted name in the Arcadia Valley area, Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
here at Central High School. 14-7 is our score. It's the Central Rebels over the top of the Farmington Knights. Central 2 drives in that first half. They have a 100% success rate. Scored touchdowns on both those drives. Farmington, well, they've had a little bit of problems with the turnovers today. 2 interceptions and a, still don't really know what to call it, but kind of a muffed punt, if you will. Didn't really execute the fire drill. How about that? Bounces off the back of a player's leg, so essentially just giving the ball back over to Central in that way. But Connor Harvett, Zach Pipkin on the call today, Jace Odell, Jewel Booyer up on the camera today, and then, of course, back in the studio, Jared Pettis, Dee Pettis. Thank you so much, guys, for all your contributions today. It's Farmington to kick to Central. 2-1-3 men back to receive here for Central, but the man deepest back, that is, of course, Karis Foster. It's a pooch kick. It's going to be fair catch called at the 33. Catch was made by John Boyer, and it'll be first down and 10 here for the Rebels.
Yep, and that's a nice, smart play from the senior Boyer, as he made sure he had a clean catch there and wasn't going to move the ball forward at all. And like you said, they're going to start at their own 33, so pretty decent field position here for Central. They've been kind of backed up in their own end to start these drives, and this is only their 3rd possession with the ball. They, like you mentioned at half, they've had a 100% success rate so far. Looking to keep that going and go up by 2 scores.
Trying to think if this is their best field position of the day. Definitely know the second drive. It started at about the 8-yard line. But I think that first drive, they might have been around the 40 or so. My memory ain't what it used to be. First down and 10. Again, the Rebels trying to go up by 2 scores tonight. 2 men sent in motion to the right. 1 wide receiver, the lone man to the left. They're going to send that man in motion. It's a handoff to that man. That's Barrett Henson. It's a good gain here. He'll cross the 40 to about the 41, it looks like. Gain of 8 to start here in the second half. Second down and 2.
Yep, and that's a good way to start if you're Farmington, or Central, excuse me, as looks like the officials.
They'll move it up 1 yard. They will stand for about 5 seconds at the yard line. And I was told to wait, and I've started to wait. But then they always move it forward. So gain of 9, apologies there.
I'm on your side, partner. Every time I am on your side.
I need that support in my life. Thank you. Second down and 1 here. 30 seconds gone by in this third quarter. Handoff, this time August Black. He'll get the first down across the 45. I will wait. But I will make a suggestion that it'll be at the 47-yard line. Well enough for a first down here. The Rebels, 2 good plays back-to-back here.
Yeah, pick up a 5 there for August Black. And definitely mentioned earlier in the ball game, it's been a lot of the Jackson Jones show. They're trying to get some more guys mixed into this ball game. August Black and Barrett Henson, basically your other main ball carriers so far tonight.
Speaking of Black, you'll get another carry, but this one's going to be blown up. We do get some flags thrown in at the end of the play. It would be no gain before the flags, but they came in on the tackle. Let's see if this might be a face mask or something similar.
Yep, and our head ref is going to go to both officials that threw their flag, and it is going to be a face mask against the Knights.
Yeah, it's a face mask of the personal foul variety. It's a 15-yarder. And so that'll move Central into Farmington territory. We go from the 47 to the Farmington, should be the Farmington 38-yard line. So what would have been no gain turns into a nice little chunky yardage for Central.
And you mentioned the personal foul. One of the things that I've had to learn so far this year, it's a personal foul if it is the reason why the runner was tackled. If it's only 5 yards if it was incidental during the play.
Yes. The 5-yard and the 15-yard variety. Henson sent in motion. They'll fake the handoff as Jones is back to pass. They're going to throw it deep. They have a man. That ball is caught, and he's going to be just shy of the end zone. He's down at the 2. We talked about it, Zach. Maybe Central mixes it up a little bit. We know they can throw the ball deep. That's exactly what they did. Karis Foster got into the secondary, and Central's knocking on the door. It'll be first and goal at the 2-yard line.
Listen, I love conservative play calling as much as the next guy, but after a penalty, why not take a shot? And that time, it was a good, well-thrown ball. It basically kind of hung up in the air. Foster had to leap up and nearly had to run back into 2 Farmington Knights defenders to catch it, and what a heck of a athletic catch there from Karis Foster.
Farmington has been very efficient tonight in goal line situations. It's going to be a direct snap here to Jones. Jones is in, touchdown Central. So the long pass sets up the touchdown run. And like that, Central's got their 2-score lead here at 20-17.
Absolutely, and that's a textbook drive there from Corey Schweiss's bunch, and only took about 2 minutes off the clock and just really picked up the yards and put them down. And that penalty definitely hurt Farmington as well, as it was basically their only stop on that drive, and obviously it was a personal foul on that, and Central's going to go for 2 once again.
They're going to line up for 2. This 2-point try brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Locations in Leadington and Festus. Shotgun formation with an up back. Again, same play it looks like. And this time Jones is going to find his way in. He'll find his way in on his feet this time. And that'll make it 22-7. It's a 15-point lead here for the Central Rebels with 10:02 left to go here in this third quarter. Jackson Jones' third touchdown run of the day. Again, Complete Vision Care, voted best eye doctor of the Parkland 7 years in a row. Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice. We'll be back in a moment with more high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Thinking about your next step? Think Mineral Area College. We offer small class sizes, transferable credits, and tuition rates less than half of a university. It's affordable, quality education. Apply at mineralarea.edu. Mineral Area College. It starts here.
Looking for the perfect place for family fun? Welcome to the Family Fun Center, where smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories are made. From thrilling arcade games and exciting rides to mini golf and bowling, there is something for everyone. Planning a birthday party? We got you covered with party packages and endless entertainment. Whether it's your first time or your 100th, every trip to the Family Fun Center is an adventure. Fun for the whole family, right here at the Family Fun Center.
It's 22-7 after the latest Jackson Jones touchdown run, this time 2 yards out. They have a 2-score lead over the Farmington Knights. Nick Fowler set to kick it away once again. They're going to go back to the onside here. It's fielded well. That time it was Owen Barron who falls on it at about the 41-yard line. And so the Knights will begin again with the short field. They've had good field position all night tonight, but they've had trouble finishing drives, Zach.
Yep, and they got the score on the first play, and then they put really good drives together. They just have kind of faltered out and had 2 interceptions that time, and it definitely is going to be interesting to see what they come out and decide to do this time, as they've had the run game going pretty well so far tonight, and then we'll see if the long pass will come into play here and try to maybe take some more shots. But if I'm Eric Krupe, I'm going to stay nice and conservative and keep going with what works so far.
Like that. First down and 10 here. 2 wide receivers left. It's pistol formation. Josh McCarthy sent in motion as Dry's going to hand it off here. Casey McLean up the middle. They're getting him a lot of work tonight. Not really showing up in the stat sheet, but they haven't had a whole lot of plays to do it. Still a gain of 6, though. 2nd down and 4.
Yep, and he's going to be I love that play call, and I would go back to it again and again and again until they can prove that they can stop you. They've gotten a lot of yardage on basically up the middle, and Central's going to get caught with too many men.
Yeah, Central has to hurry here. Did they get him out there? I don't know. No flags, so maybe they did. Either way, the play on the field is another fullback run up the middle. Case McLean had a little bit of help from his lineman that time, but he's got the first down and then some all the way to the Central 46-yard line. Shout out to the line that time for Farmington. I think one of the main men moving him forward was Corey Crawford, 6'3", 250. How's that for a little bit of help?
Yeah, that's a lot of help, as Central's lucky they didn't get a flag thrown on him, as it looked like Hayden Carver was like leaping trying to get out of bounds, and I would have thrown the flag on him, but the official on the near side did not. And then, like you said, Corey Crawford coming in to help Casey McLean basically gave him an extra 5 yards and kind of bullying the Central Rebel defense.
McCarthy again sent in motion. Faking the handoff. I think actually McLean tripped and fell. They got the pitch off to McCarthy. Had to get some distance on that pitch. They're going to get a couple yards. Farmington may be lucky that ball didn't end up on the ground because a lot of things happened in that play.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Casey McLean lost his footing and threw off the whole play. And luckily, with this type of offense, I think and Dry may have been intending to hang on to the ball the entire time anyway. We'll never know. I don't think Coach Krupe would ever tell us if that's how he drew it up or not. But being able to get 2 yards out of a broken play like that, it's definitely going to help them as they're trying to march down the field.
So again, gain of 2 here. The yardage will go to Josh McCarthy. He's got 3 carries for 17 yards tonight. They'll send a man in motion. This time it's Rice. Rice going to bounce out now. Hand off to McLean. Nope, going to keep it. Dry will pitch it out to McCarthy. McCarthy going to get to the left sideline here. He is going to be pushed out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. He's going to be ruled out at the 39 here. So gain of 3. Yep, gain of 3. And it's 3rd down and 5.
Yep, and looked like there was a central defender slow to get up, and he's making his way back into the defensive formation. But that time they faked like they were going to basically do it like an option with the counter with Rice, but then they brought McCarthy in from the backside and made Rice the lead blocker. That time, it's a nice play design, but it also takes very long to develop, and just not a whole lot of yardage there for how much running was going on in that play.
It's going to be a keeper for Dry. He pulled away from McLean. He's into the secondary. He's looking for the right sideline. The 15, the 10, the 5. He is in. Touchdown, Farmington. Big, long run for Brett Dry. He does it again, this time from 41 yards out. It was an excellent decision to pull away from McLean that time. He hits pay dirt, and they bring him back to 9 here at 22-13.
And that's what I mentioned at halftime. You basically kind of stuff him, and then you give him a little crease, and that's all he needs. Is he had some wheels going down that far sideline, and nobody was able to catch him. And Farmington desperately got that score back that they probably wish they would have had earlier in this ball game with the 2 turnovers.
Important extra point, trying to make it a 1-score game here. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Snap is good. Kick is up and through. So that will make it a 1-score game. It's to 8 now here at 22-14. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Again, extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for glasses, contacts, and suitable eye health since 1966. 22-14 in favor of Central. 7:50 to go. High school football in the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Hey treasure hunters, discover Maple Street Resale in Farmington, the fastest growing resale store in town. From clothes and collectibles to household items, Maple Street Resale has it all. Turn yesterday's trash into today's treasure with unbeatable prices and amazing finds. Whether you're looking to shop or sell, Maple Street Resale is your go-to destination, so don't miss out. Maple Street Resale, where bargains bloom. Visit them on Maple Street in Farmington today.
So a 41-yard touchdown run. Brett Dry makes it a 1-score game once again after the converted PAT. It's 22-14 with 7:50 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Connor Harvitt, Zach Pipkin tonight on the call. Jace Odell, Jewel Booyer up on the camera. And Jared Pettis back in the studio. It's another high arcing kick. And again, fair catch is going to be called. This time it is fielded by Brody Pigg, the freshman. And so Central again will get solid field position at their own 33. I think that's the exact same spot they started their last drive.
It is indeed, and it did not take them long to go down the field on the Farmington Knights, benefited by a 15-yard face mask penalty against Farmington, and then a 36-yard pass from Jackson Jones to Karis Foster basically set them up right at the goal line, and they're going to be trying to extend the lead back out and continue this 100% success rate in finding the end zone.
Yeah, something important to note here, you drive down the field, you make it a 2-point conversion, well, then you start forcing Farmington to go for 2. Here's a ball lost. It's on the ground. I think Max Woods was able to jump on it. The ball squirted out of the hands of August Black, but fortunately for Central, Max Woods was there. Pretty much the only guy who could have gotten to it that time. He came through, and they'll only lose 2 for it. 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and I don't think Barrett Henson was looking for that. Basically looking for the defender to be right there. He's had basically creases to turn up field, and that time he got pushed back and just kind of lost track of the football. We've already seen Casey McLean slip, so maybe got some evening dew coming out.
Thank you. It was actually Barrett Henson on that previous run. Here's a reverse here for Karis Foster. Foster into the secondary. He'll juke to his left. He's got the 1st down, and he's to about the 40. They're going to say he stepped out at the, well, doesn't really matter. There's a flag on the play. Would have gotten to about the 49 or so, but it looks like this one might be coming back.
Yeah, but it's in basically right in front of Jackson Jones where he took that snap. So we'll see what the call is. It was basically just a direct jet sweep. I was waiting for that orbit motion to come in and never really did. And Foster had a nice carry along the far sideline, and call is holding against Central, and that'll back him up.
Yeah, pretty much everybody knew that call was coming, so we'll back him up here. It's from the spot. Looks from the line of scrimmage. Or is it? Yeah, that's going to be 10 yards. So 2nd down and 22. Ball now on the Central 21. And maybe we'll see Central. Well, they got a long way to go. 3 plays to do it, so might not go to the air just yet. Central with 5 passes today, 5 for 5. Here is well, that's going to be a shovel pass to Foster this time. But it doesn't really develop the way they wanted. They'll get about 3. That's just enough to turn it into 3rd down and 19.
Yep, and I think the idea was there, try to fake the jet sweep and a shovel pass, basically, like you had mentioned, to Foster, and then Farmington just kind of stayed at home and read that pretty well, and now it looks like Central's going to have to take a shot, or we'll see if Corey Schweiss plays it conservatively and maybe goes more field position, but as I say that, he splits out 5 wide.
Yeah, 5 wide here. Remember, they've gone deep 1 time today, but this time maybe a little more telegraphed. Nope, it's going to be a screen play, caught by Foster. Foster trying to outrun the defensive lineman, but he's not going to do it. It's going to be caught up to from behind there. That was actually one of the linebackers, Caleb Leask, who runs him down from behind. He's a little bit hyped as he comes up. And it's going to be 4th down and long. 4th down and 13. Still a gain of 5, but that's not going to get it done here for Central.
No, and it was actually, and I give a shout out to Corbin Phillips, was actually the guy who made first contact, kind of slowed Foster up, and then, like you mentioned, Leask was able to come in and clean everything up, and that's a much needed stop for Farmington. This is the first real time they've been able to do that since the first quarter, and we're going to get a false start.
Yeah, somebody might have jumped here for Central, and that's in fact the case. It was Chad Cosby who jumped over there. One of the men split out in the Central punting formation, and so that'll negate the previous 5 yards. We'll punt from 4th and 18. There was never any doubt. It was always still going to be a punt, but this time they'll have to do it a little bit deeper.
And the return man for Farmington, now he's going to back up. I was going to say he was only at the Central 40, make it the Farmington 45, and that snap was low.
Rough snap. It was almost blocked, but somehow Jones got it away, and this time he's going to get a very nice roll. Goes all the way to the 31. They waited until it stopped. 31-yard line. Barrett Henson watching that one like a hawk to make sure Farmington's pinned back as far as possible, but good punt there from Jones, all things considered. It's a 44-yard punt in the end here, and Farmington takes over on their 30.
And I think Eric Krupe will gladly take that, considering how the last punt went. And I think Jackson Jones would much better showing that time as well. And it'll be interesting to see now. Farmington, they've got a chance to maybe come back and at least make this a 2-point game, maybe try to go for 2 and tie this game up. They've been able to move the ball. Like you said, it's been a struggle to find pay dirt. They were able to do it last drive. We'll see if they're able to capitalize once again.
22-14 our score. Central still leads Farmington. 5 minutes left to go here in this 3rd quarter. It's dry shotgun, sends McCarthy in motion. Fakes it to McClain. Now the pitch out to McCarthy. Still in the backfield. Central is going to get there as McCarthy cuts it upfield to at least get back to the line of scrimmage here. No gain. Nice job, Central, that time of, well, picking out their assignments and making sure they get the right guy.
Absolutely. And whenever you run the option, I mentioned this last drive too, that pitch is, 3 yards back. You're setting yourself back 3 yards. He was lucky to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage where he was contacted. I think that's definitely, something you want to try to keep moving forward, and you're automatically putting yourself in a bad position.
So no gain on 1st down. It's 2nd down and 10. Rice sent in motion to his right. Now going to bounce out. It's going to go to the air here. Pass is caught by Embry. That ball might have come out. They're going to say it's Central ball. Was he down first? They're going to talk about it. All 3 officials gathering in. Central certainly says they have it, and yes, sir, they do. It's another Farmington turnover, this time a fumble recovery, and Central's got it here on the Farmington 39.
Well, every time they've gone to the air, something bad has happened, minus the one time. And I'm surprised they gave Central that football. I thought the receiver Embry was down, but the officials were persuaded. It'll be an 8-yard reception with the fumble, but now Central, we talked about them not really having good field position tonight. They're already inside the Farmington 40 with a chance to go up again.
Yeah, this is easily their best field position tonight. We'll see if they can capitalize. Again, an 8-point game here. Shotgun formation for Jones. Black alongside him in the backfield. Jones will keep it here. Stood up by the opposing quarterback, Brett Dry. One quarterback linebacker combo tackling another. And it's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Ball now on the 35.
And that's rush number 15 for Jackson Jones already. And I think Corey Schweiss is already wanting to put the hurt on this Farmington bunch. As he's basically put the goal line formation in all the way at the 40. And they're still out there.
Yeah, really not masking their intentions here. It's going to be yet another keeper for Jones now. But again, Farmington is ready. This time it's only going to be a yard for Jones. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. But you got to remember, Central, a team that likes to run time off the clock if they can do so. They've got the lead. They've got the advantage. They're more than happy to keep doing this. Back to the studio for a quick update. Jared Pettis, what do you have?
Connor, thanks. Got a quick update. 3rd quarter, Perryville and Cuba. Cuba just scored its 34-6 Perryville. Haven't had an update on that all night. Jackson scored twice since the turn of the half, 40-7. Jackson up on Festus. Back to you guys.
So it looks like Festus's undefeated season is going to come to a close here tonight. Jackson, obviously a team with some state title hopes. Here's a handoff to Henson. Henson on the end around here, gets away from one would-be tackler to around the 1st down line he goes. Nice run there from Henson. Would have maybe been a loss of 1 or 2, but he was able to get around that man in the backfield and then cut it upfield for a 1st down. Gain of 4, exactly what they needed.
Yeah, Connor Rice really had more speed on him, but just did not have an angle, so he was trying to wrap him up around the hips, and Henson able to break away and basically plow through another Farmington defender out of bounds and get a fresh set of downs for the Rebels bunch, as they are not afraid to milk some clock here as we are approaching 2.5 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter, excuse me.
I'd like to apologize. Festus did actually lose a couple weeks ago. Here's another end around the other way to Karis Foster now. He's going to get away from a would-be tackler. He's inside the red zone. So Foster and Henson breaking some tackles for some big gains here. And now Foster, he's slow to get up on the sideline. He's already to his knees, already back up on his feet. Might have just landed a little awkwardly. He's going to jog back into the field of play. So it looks like, well, no, he's going to stay on the sideline. Probably going to play it safe with him here for a bit, but it's a good gain from the 28 to the 17-yard line. How about a gain of 11?
Yep, and Foster was basically slung to the turf there by Casey McLean. Wouldn't be surprised if his maybe head hit the turf real hard, and definitely got to come out for this play. I think the officials like, hey, if you're going to be down, you got to stay out for a play, and goal line formation back out there again.
Yeah, and again, here is Jones simply just putting a hand on a lineman and letting him push through. Good gain, though. It looks like maybe 6, the preliminary call here. Maybe even 8. Oh, we got a 1 ref. No, that's going to be about 6. Standing around the 11, 12-yard line. And they'll place it at the 11. So how about 6, 2nd down and 4.
And like I said, just basically running it down Farmington's throat right now, trying to say, hey, you got to stop us. And Farmington not really able to come up with much of anything right now.
Going to be another shotgun formation, but everybody forward. How about the same exact play? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jones has plenty of yardage this time. He's going to be near the end zone. He's going to be to the 1. Gain of 11 here for Jones. Just simple power running right now for the Rebels. Just daring the Knights to find a way to stop them. It's 1st and goal from the 1. I feel like we've seen them get to the 1 a few times here tonight.
Yeah, and this is a heck of a push by this Central front. They got some guys going both ways, and we talked about this beforehand. Basically, half their offensive line is seniors and half of them are sophomores, and they're all getting the job done as they've got some veteran presence up front.
1st down and goal from the 1. Same formation. Jones, he'll take it. He'll fall forward. Touchdown Central. Another rushing touchdown for Jones today. Make that number 4. And again, it's from 2 yards out. And we're back to that 2-score lead. It's 28-14.
Yep, and that's just power football at its best. And I don't think there was any doubt in what they were going to do once they get in that goal line formation. It's pretty easy to read what's going to happen, and apparently not many teams can stop it. As Farmington's looking up at the scoreboard, saying we had a chance to tie this game up, and now we're already back down 2 scores again.
Yeah, that recovered fumble, that lost fumble, going to be a big play in this game, I think. Going for 2. 2-point try brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Play whistle dead. We do get a flag. It is going to be false start called against Central. So we'll back it up 5 and do it again. Complete Vision Care offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. So again, instead of the 2, we're going to back them up to the 7 now. And we'll see if really that changes the way Central approaches this 2-point formation. Again, it's an important 2-point conversion here, because if you find it, makes it a 16-point game. That forces Farmington, who likes to kick the PAT. If they come down and score, they'll have to start going for 2. You stop them on a 2-point try. This is all hypothetical, of course. Well, then it's a 10-point game, and well, you still have that 2-score lead.
Yeah, and you're definitely putting the Knights in a bind, as you were mentioning how this would change. We've got goal line formation out. We're going to have a more traditional shotgun look.
2 wide receivers right this time. Jones, he's going to roll out to his right. He's looking to pass this one. He's going to be taken down in the backfield all the way back at the 22. Getting there. That was Kaysen McLean. Comes around the end. The 2-point try will fail. It remains a 14-point ball game. Again, extra point, 2-point try brought to you by Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice for your medical eye care concerns, including dry eyes and other eye diseases. 28-14, 1:11 left to go in the third. We'll send it on over to the studio for Jarrett. What do you have for us?
Guys, thanks. Before we get to a break, got a couple of touchdowns to tell you about. Caruthersville 20-13 over St. Genevieve in the third. The 2-point try was no good. Potosi takes the lead over St. Charles West 12-7. That third quarter just started, but Potosi throws an interception on the 2-point try, and it was whistled dead. 12-7 the score. It is 28-14 in our broadcast game. Central leading Farmington. We'll be back after this on KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Going to be at the 8-yard line. Did Central get to it first? They might have recovered this football. Yes, they did. It's the longest onside kick I have ever seen. That ball took a sky-high hop. It bounced over the last man back for Farmington, and the Rebels win the foot race to the football. They'll have it first down at looks like the 10 or 11-yard line, the 11-yard line. That's just good hustle ball right there from Central.
Absolutely. It looked like Barrett Henson was the first man to get down there playing a gunner on this kickoff team, and it looks like, I think Farmington, the player just didn't realize that the kick was live. That's something that, you know, you're taught very young, like, hey, the kickoff is live, the punt is not, and sometimes guys get that mixed up and they just look at the ball, and that time Central knew what was going on and they were able to pounce, and now they're going to try to go up by 3 scores, and we're going to get a timeout first by Central.
Timeout taken here by Central. It's their first timeout of the second half, but a long onside kick gets them the football at the Farmington 11-yard line. Over to the studio. Jared, what do you have for us?
Guys, St. Genevieve has tied Caruthersville, scoring quickly 20-20 halfway through the third quarter, and DeSoto leads Herculaneum 36-0. That's in the fourth. Quick break. We'll be back after this here on KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
10 from the 11-yard line. They'll give it to Jackson Jones. He's going to be bounced out. He's fighting at the 15. And he's going to fall here. They'll give him, looks like they'll just go ahead and spot it here. Nope, at the 14, so it's going to be a loss of 3 here. Central recovering the kickoff after their latest touchdown. It was a fast ground ball kick. Don't really want to call it an onside. I'm not sure if that was the initial plan. It was a ground ball kick, though. That took an odd hop, bounced about 10, 15 feet into the air over the last man back for Farmington. That was, well, don't have that number either. Must have done some roster switching here before this week. But I digress. Central was then able to win the foot race. Trying to make it a 3-score game now. What a momentum swing. Handoff here. It's going to be Henson going out toward the right sideline, pushed out of bounds. And it looks like he might have gotten to, well, back to the 10-yard line here. No, they're going to say he's going to be well shy of the 10. I was off just by a little bit. How about
no gain?
No gain, yeah. I was only 3 or 4 yards off that time. That one you can't blame the refs. That's all me. But it will be 3rd down and 13.
We're at a heck of an angle here, folks, too, trying to look down the line, trying to figure out where these officials are marking. And then, as you mentioned, sometimes they change their mind a little bit later after we make the call.
But that one is my bad. It's going to be empty backfield here. 2 wide receivers split out right. Going to send a man in motion. That's Foster. He'll join Jones in the backfield. And now they're going to stop here. Flag is thrown as the play clock expires, but they're going to say Central got the timeout first. So Central will take its 2nd timeout here of the half. And, well, we'll just go ahead and send it over to the studio for another update. Jared, what do you have?
What are the odds of that? They go to timeout as I have an update, and as I was reading the last update, Crothersville scored. It's 28-20 in the 3rd. Crothersville leading St. Genevieve, and Windsor leading Bayless. At last check, it was at halftime, 16-0. We'll take a quick break, get you back out to Park Hills after this on KFMO.
Keep your property.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Thinking about your next step? Think Mineral Area College. We offer small class sizes, transferable credits, and tuition rates less than half of a university. It's affordable, quality education. Apply at mineralarea.edu. Mineral Area College. It starts here.
Backfield takes a snap. He's looking to pass. He's going to go for the end zone. That ball is caught by Foster. No, he dropped it. He dropped it. I thought that one was all but caught, but he just couldn't hang on, and it will be 4th down and 13. That would have been a touchdown had Foster been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, I think his eyes turned into saucers as he was looking to basically turning to go into the end zone. He caught that thing right about the 2-yard line and had a nice path to the corner. And like I said, I think he just kind of turned his head too quickly before he reeled that ball in, and that's the first incompletion on the night for Central.
Yeah, it was a good ball in the breadbasket of Foster, but Foster, well, he's got 2 interceptions today. You know what they say, sometimes DBs are just wide receivers with bad hands, kind of been the inverse, or at least on that particular play. Going for it here on 4th down and 13. Buzzer will sound here as Jones dances around in the backfield. He's going to eventually be tackled here at about the 10, avoids the sack, but it will still be a turnover on down. So Central unable to turn anything out of it as they'll just let the Knights take over here at the 10-yard line. But again, that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. It's a 2-score game as we head into the final 12 minutes. It is Central 28, Farmington 14. We'll take a break, come back with the start of that 4th quarter for you. Just a high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Central after the turnover on downs. They'll gain 9 here, gonna make it 2nd down and 1. It's the final quarter of play tonight. Central leads by 2 scores over Farmington, 28-14.
It was Josh McCarthy on that last carry.
And here's another handoff, and into the secondary goes McCarthy again. He's to the left sideline. It's a foot race. The 50, the 40, the 35, the 30. Nobody's going to get him. He's going to score. It's an 82-yard touchdown run for Josh McCarthy, and the Knights are back to within 1 score. It's 28-20. Josh McCarthy racing some Rebels down the left sideline. He will score, and, well, we've got a ball game all of a sudden.
And we've mentioned it. They've been able to move the ball. They just never have. The turnovers have killed them. And that time they were able to strike quickly before any turnovers could happen. McCarthy, it was a run right up the middle, and then he was able to just find a lane to the outside of that far sideline. And then, like you said, it was a foot race. And, man, he's got some wheels, young guy for Farmington. And, yeah, we got a ball game on our hand, partner.
Up to attempt the PAT. How about, again, Ian Zoner. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Locations in Leadington and Festus. Kick is up and through the uprights, and we're back to 7. It's 28-21 with 11:14 left to go in this contest after an 82-yard touchdown run for Josh McCarthy. We'll take another break. Come back in just a moment. It's high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Someone's starting strong this season with the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu, with the delicious return of pumpkin pie and French silk pie, plus other great fall flavors. Oh, this lineup may just be the GOAT.
Taco?
No, like the greatest of all treats kind of GOAT. Hurry in and try all 7 delicious flavors on the new Fall Blizzard menu. Get it in the DQ app. Happy tastes good.
When accidents happen, trust the experts at Griffin Automotive Design. Our dedicated team restores your vehicle to its pre-collision glory with precision and care. Your vehicle deserves the best, so visit us today for a seamless repair experience at 900 Point View Drive in Bonne Terre, Missouri. We're more than just a classic car restoration shop. We're also a fully equipped state-of-the-art collision center. So give us a call at 573-534-2300.
7-point game once again. Farmington's going to kick it deep. That's a great kick. It's out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Central will take over at their own 20-yard line. Connor Harbert, Zach Pipkin on the call here today. Jace Odell, Jewel Booyer back in studio after this first play here for the Rebels. We'll go ahead and take a look here at our upcoming broadcast schedule. We're going to be busy this next week as we start to move into postseason play. We've already been in postseason play for a couple of fall sports, softball, volleyball. But we still have more volleyball for you. And, of course, we'll move into postseason play for football here as well. So we'll see again Central line up. 1st down and 10 at their own 20. Central had it 1st down and 10 at the 11-yard line of Farmington. Somehow that's turned into a 7-point game. It's a keeper for Jones. He'll go up the middle to about the 23-yard line. Looks like a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. So tonight, obviously, Farmington and Central. But then tomorrow, make sure you tune in. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast today, we've got the Class 4 District 1 semis. It's the 2-seeded Farmington Knights taking on the 3rd-seeded Cape Central Lady Tigers. 2 p.m. pregame, 2:30 opening serve there. And then on Tuesday, we'll have the Class 3 District 2 final. That'll be Potosi and St. Genevieve. Follow that up, well, we'll actually at the same time have the Class 4 District 1 final. 2nd seed Farmington versus a team to be determined. That is if, of course, Farmington does win on Saturday. We'll get a gain on the left sideline here for about 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and 3. Thursday, well, as we know, we're going to have a team leaving the districts with a district title, so that will be your day for your sectional. That'll be on Halloween. Again, that's all to be determined there, whether it's Potosi or St. Genevieve. And then finally on Friday, we'll have a Region 16 semi, Mineral Area College versus Jefferson, and then a district quarterfinal for you as well. That's the next week ahead here for us at KFMO Sports. 10.5 minutes left to go here in the 4th. Another keeper for Jones. Jones into the secondary. Now it's a foot race for the other way. We do have a flag on the play. Jones is going to be pushed out at the 28-yard line, but I fear, Zach, this one's coming back.
Yeah, anytime you get a big hole like that, that's definitely a sign of holding, and the referee is moving his flag back, and looks like it's going to be a hold. Looks like they're going to mark it off from, call that the 28-yard line, so that'll back things way up, and I think Jackson Jones definitely not going to be too pleased about that, as he does a lot of things for this ball club, folks, and he was dead tired. He scapered out of bounds, and he's trudging his way back to the ball, and it's a long, hard road for Jackson Jones and Central Rebels tonight, trying to keep this drive alive.
Takes away what would have been a 45-yard gain. Instead, it will be 3rd down and 12 on the 18-yard line. And if Central has to punt it away here, well, just a couple minutes ago, we were looking at Central maybe going up 3 scores. Instead, well, we might find ourselves in a bit of a burner tonight. Of course, we've had lots of barn burners here at Central High School this season. Lots of overtime periods and last-second comebacks. Farmington trying to do it to Central here tonight. Faking the handoff to Karis Foster. Backing up, looking for the out route. Trying to come back on it was Max Woods, but he's hit as the ball got there. It was Josh McCarthy who made the hit, and it will be 4th down and 12.
Yep, and that throw was there, just throwing across his body, coming to the near sideline, and Woods basically had to be standing still to have a chance at that ball. Gave time for McCarthy to be able to read that, and we'll see Jackson Jones most likely punt the ball away again.
Yeah, Jones throwing off his back foot that time. Hard to generate a lot of power when you're having to try to lean away from a approaching defender. That time, Chase Buchanan on the rush for the Knights. So Jones will punt this one away. Shank that one to the side. Farmington says get away from it. Does get a few consolation yards, but Farmington will take over in Central territory. It's 1st down and 10. Ball on the Rebel 46-yard line. So Farmington with 10 minutes to spare here in the 4th. They march down the field. They're 3 for 3 on PATs today. If they score, they can bring this one back to a tie.
Absolutely, and all their touchdowns have come on big chunk plays. They've had rushes of 57, 41, and 82 for their touchdowns so far tonight. I'd like to see them string together a drive without turning the ball over, because they've had long, grueling drives where they've been able to get close to the end zone, but then, give the ball away.
Dry going to keep it here, pitch out to the left. It's Kason McLean who will take the pitch. He gets to the left sideline. We'll cut it up for about, looks like 3, 2nd down and 7. And now we're going to get a flag thrown in. We get a flag, I think, maybe thrown in on Central. There's one player in the area, and that would be a Central defensive lineman. I think that might be Justin Robertson, who might be in a little bit of trouble here. Yep. It's unsportsmanlike here on Central, and that'll give Farmington even more yardage as Robinson will head to the sideline.
Yeah, that's a free 15 you just can't afford at this point in the ball game, and now you're giving Farmington even shorter field position, as it looks like the ball is going to be placed at the Central 29 now. So definitely a prime opportunity for Farmington to knot this ball game up. I'd like to see them take some time off this clock too, try to really establish something, not give Central much time to kind of respond.
That might be a costly penalty, but now Farmington has to take advantage of it. 1st down and 10, ball on the 29-yard line. We know they can score from a long way away. It's when they get closer to the end zone that seems to be the problem tonight. Handoff to McLean. McLean is through. McLean will score. Touchdown, Farmington. Well, as I say that, Zach, Farmington proves that, well, as we get a flag here at the end of this play as well, this is well after the play. Touchdown will likely stand. But it would be a 29-yard play for Kason McLean, as Farmington, well, Coach Krupe is out off the sideline telling his team to get back, get off the field.
Yeah, I think there may be some jaw-jacking going on now, as Farmington's kind of, like you said with Brett Dry earlier, they're starting to feel themselves a little bit here as they're trying to get something going. So we are going to have the touchdown stand, and it's unsportsmanlike against Central.
Yeah, Central has just not controlled their emotions well. They, first of all, turn a gain of 3 into a gain of 18. They give up the 29-yard rushing touchdown, and now we'll have the unsportsmanlike on top of that here too. So 28-27 after the 29-yard rushing touchdown. Again, that was Kason McLean, his first touchdown of the day. And Ian Zoner will try to tie this up at 28. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for glasses, contacts, and suitable eye health since 1966. Big kick here, trying to tie it up. Still 9:59 left to go in the fourth, but tie is better than being down by 1, as you might assume. Kick is good. It's through the uprights, and we're tied here at 28. So what a turnaround here for the Farmington Knights. We've got ourselves a whole new ball game. Whichever team is better in the next 10 minutes, they're going to walk away with this football game. Again, we'll send it on over to a quick break. Again, 9:59 left to go in the fourth. Goes to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, cozy couches, elegant dining tables, essential bedroom furnishings, and stylish fireplaces, all at great deals. At Cornerstone, we specialize in turning your house into a home. Discover the perfect blend of comfort and style with our quality furniture. Your dream home is just a visit away. Experience the difference at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where we make every corner of your home a reflection of unique style and comfort preferences. Located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Mobile Home Parts and Services in Valley Mines.
So Farmington, after the unsportsmanlike on the 29-yard rushing touchdown, they're going to kick off from the Central 45. It's a tie ball game once again. Farmington back-to-back scores here to make it 28-all. And now I'm curious to see what Farmington does with the ball here on the 49 line. Do you kick it onside? Do you pooch kick it? Do you try to pin Central deep? You've got options here. Looks like they're setting up, at least initially, showing onside here.
Yep, it looks like he's going to angle it, try to get that big hop that we saw Central get earlier in the ball game.
There is the kick. That is going to be bobbled, and that might have been recovered by the Knights. They are going to fall on it, and the Knights have the football at the 31-yard line of Central. Nice onside kick from the Knights. Ian Zoner. It went right past the legs of a Central defender. And well, now the Knights can possibly take the lead here in the fourth. This has been a lightning quick turnaround.
Absolutely. Just talk about, I wanted them to run time off the clock. They've been scoring from way out, and now that time, I mean, the Central defender really had no chance. I mean, he was like, do I play the hop? Do I play down? What do I do? And that time it just went between the wickets and was able to get a guy on that football, and they're going to get the ball at the Central 31. So a chance for Farmington to take the lead here when we thought they were down and out.
First down and 10. Again, it's on the Central 31-yard line. Connor Rice sent in motion. Handoff up the middle to McLean. McLean into the secondary. He's going to be taken down at the, well, looks like the 21-yard line. So going to gain a gain of around 10 here, McLean. First down and 10.
Yep, and Max Woods, luckily he was there. Otherwise, McLean would have been finding pay dirt for 2 plays basically in a row. And Farmington, they're really starting to put the pressure on now.
Just outside the red zone. Ball's just shy of the 20-yard line. Another man sent in motion. That's McCarthy this time. They're going to keep it with the hot hand. Here's McLean, but this time Central does a great job of mobbing the football. It's going to be a loss here. McLean not somebody easy to get down. In fact, prior to that, his previous low gain, could have said that better, but it's 4 yards. That time he's going to lose maybe a couple inches here. Second down and, well, it looks like a long 10.
Yeah, and I think this is still a prime opportunity for Farmington. Definitely didn't lose much yardage there, and you're definitely playing to win here. I don't think a field goal is going to cut it for Eric Krupe's bunch. They're going to be looking to try to capitalize on all these touchdowns they've been getting recently.
McCarthy sent to his left, going to get a flag here. Most likely illegal motion is McCarthy. He's going to jog into the end zone, but this one is probably coming back. McCarthy found the end zone, gain of 21, but it is an illegal motion here on the offense, so wipe that back. It's going to be a loss of 5 instead. We'll replay second down.
Yeah, I believe McCarthy started his motion before everybody was set, and that definitely is not gonna fly, and the official had a flag out of his pocket before the ball was snapped. So let the play go on, though, which is kind of surprising.
Well, you be the one to tell McCarthy to stop running. He can pick up a lot of speed in a hurry.
Yeah, see him turn on the wheels. He's got some jets out there.
Second down and 16. Ball now on the 26-yard line. Again, they'll send McCarthy in motion, coming to his right. They're going to hand it off to McCarthy. They're going to let him try to do it again. He's going to look for the sideline. He's going to cross the 15 to the 10. He's going to finally be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets to around the 5-yard line. McCarthy answers with another gain of 21. This time it's going to stand, and it's first down and goal for the Knights as they look to try to take the lead.
Yep, this is starting to go downhill for Central here real quick as they're starting to have real hands on hips. I think the toll of this game and this pace that Farmington's kind of put on them is starting to catch up now as and pick up a 21 there for McCarthy, and looks like Farmington's going to run Brett Dry out there, and they're got 8.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. This is turning around quick.
This has been lightning fast. Pistol formation. Hand off to McLean. McLean is in. Touchdown. Farmington leads. Farmington, just like that. It only feels like a few minutes ago they were down 28-14, but now they have a 6-point lead here at 34-28. It's 5 yards for Casey McLean, his second touchdown of the day.
And I think the exhaustion just set in because McLean, he had two guys right there, and he just was able to split right between them. And I think Central's starting to really feel the wear and tear of this one, and Farmington's found the new life. They've got all the adrenaline going now, and momentum's definitely on their side.
On to attempt the PAT. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Ian Zoner set to kick once again. This time it's going to be again through the uprights, make it a 7-point game, 35-28. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for your child's first eye exam at 3 years old or sooner if you notice any problems. 8:28 left to go in this game, and again, Farmington leads 35-28 over the Central Rebels. You're listening to high school football on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
In Farmington and Potosi, Mineral Area College, and by Graphic Options in Farmington.
It's a booming kick here for Ian Zoner. Karis Foster just going to let that one go as the Rebels take over on the 20. This one was 28-14 about 3 minutes ago. We now have 8:28 left to go here in this ball game. It's 35-28 Farmington, a 21-0 swing, pretty much at the snap of a finger here, Zach. And Central, well, they've got to dig down deep. They seem down and out right now.
Yeah, and this game, like you said, it's just turned so quickly. And you mentioned Central being up by 2 scores. They were up by 2 scores and 11 yards away from going up by 3 scores. And now they're looking at a deficit. And I mean, they have played from behind some this year, but they're really going to have to try to get a gut check here to try to figure out what's going on and try to get some positive momentum going.
We have seen some excellent kicking play here tonight, by the way. Both teams' kickers have done well. Here's Jackson Jones, going to move between guard and tackle. He's going to push and push and push. Has 5 and a couple more. Looks like a gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3. Again, the only reason Central had that ball at the 11-yard line was because it was a kick from Nick Fowler that Central was able to rush down the field and fall on. Well, Ian Zoner, it was a bit more of a traditional onside.
Yeah, he just didn't get there was no bounce, and the Central defender had no opportunity to really read what was happening.
He was playing the bounce, and then it didn't. It's kind of like when you don't put your glove on the ground as a shortstop or as a second baseman, it just went between the legs, and well, Farmington, they were rushing to the football as well. So second down and 4. Now that looks like 3 on the field. And now we're going to get a whistle here. Timeout taken by the Rebels. Coach Schweiss going to take his second timeout his final timeout here of the half, and that might be a big deal a little bit later on. Central no longer with any timeouts. We'll take one right alongside him. 7:37 left to go here in the fourth. It's 35-28 in favor of Farmington. Come back in just a moment. You're listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
An update in studio before we get you back out to Central High School. The DeSoto Dragons victors over Herculaneum 43-6. That one's final. Caruthersville leads St. Genevieve after 3 quarters 34-40, and Poplar Bluff threatening against Hillsboro. The Mules are currently up 21-15. We will get you back to Park Hills. Connor Harbert, Zach Pipkin on the call.
Thank you, Jared. It is 2nd down and 4 here for the Rebels of Central High School. After a previous gain of 6, they're going to send a man in motion, handoff to that man. It's going to be Barrett Henson. Gets away from a tackler in the backfield, now cuts it up to the field. Going to cross the 30 to around the 32, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Nice gain of 6 there for Henson. And they'll move the chains.
Yep, and that time he was able to he had to keep bouncing it outside and was able to finally get around the Farmington defenders out there and was able to get a block there from Karis Foster on the outside. And now Central is starting to get a new set of downs here. Maybe they can get a drive going to answer this Farmington onslaught.
They need to find some kind of answer here. Still 7.5 minutes, but remember, Central just took their last timeout. So they have no way of stopping the clock down the line. Might make this drive just a little more important. Play clock's going to expire. I don't think they got that snap off. They're going to let him play. Pass down the field. That ball is incomplete. There's going to be DPI, though, as they're going to call it on Case McLean for playing the man, not the ball.
Yep, he got there just a little soon. It's ticky-tack. I don't necessarily love it or hate it. You're obviously going to have the official and Casey McLean are going to have some words, and Farmington has a gripe. I think Ian Zoner was like, "Hey, it's delay a game." The clock was at 0, and most of the officials now are getting a beat, and it looks like Central was able to get it off in that split second between the official calling it and not. And what are they doing? They've got. Is it only a
spot it here? Yeah, it's going to be 15 yards. So it's going to be ball on the 47-yard line. Again, it was very close.
My apologies. I saw the flag way downfield.
Might have been 0.2 if anything. Here's a keeper for Jones. He's mobbed in the backfield. He's going to lose one, it looks like, and well, yeah, they're going to save back the original line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10.
And Farmington's had good penetration on this line basically all night, but the problem is the Central runners have basically been able to, the line has been able to kind of basically make a shell around their runners and able to get creases, and now that shell is just not appearing. I think, like I said, I think they're starting to get worn down, and the blocks just aren't coming through as cleanly as they had been. We'll see if they continue to go maybe outside with these jet sweeps that have been so successful for them tonight.
2nd down and again 10. Going to hand it off here. August Black. He is taken down. Caleb Leask getting into the backfield. No, excuse me. That's Coy Fripp. The 5s, the 6s, they always confuse me, but Coy Fripp that time gets there. And that's definitely going to be a loss. It's a loss of 3. 3rd down and 13 now for this Central offense.
Yep, and I think now is the time to go to the air. Corey Schweiss talks about a pregame. We got to get a run game going. They've had the run game going. Now you got to get a passing game going, because now you're backed up, and this is probably going to be 4-down territory. I don't see Corey Schweiss wanting to give Farmington the ball once again the way that Farmington's offense has been running so far.
Yeah, and again with no timeout, you really don't want to let the Knights get the football. That's going to be a bobbled handoff. Jones has no choice but to take it forward. He'll get 4 here. And it's going to be 4th and 9, so we will see what the decision is from Coach Schweiss. Do you go for it, or do you punt it away and, well, hope that you can get it back with enough time to, well, 1, get the ball back, and then 2, score, because you're probably getting it back with maybe 2 minutes if you're lucky.
I think you go for it. I don't think that Farmington's been moving the ball too well tonight. Even whenever they haven't been scoring, they've been able to walk up and down the field on the Central defense. I think you've got to try to go for it and make something happen here.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going for it. It's empty backfield. Jones well back though, 7 yards behind the play. We get a whistle, and I think we're going to get a timeout here taken by Farmington. So the Knights will take their first timeout. They've got 2 remaining here in this second half. And again, let's take a timeout too. We got 5:17 here left in this fourth quarter, but actually we'll send it to the studio for a quick update. Jared, what do you have?
Connor, Potosi just got it into the end zone. They lead 19-7 over St. Charles West with 5:47 to go, and Potosi just recovered the kickoff. It was an onside kick by the Trojans, or rather a kickoff that was bobbled. So Potosi takes back over, and their final, Jackson finishes the night against Festus. Final score in that one is 43-7. We'll take a quick break. Back at you go to Pay Some Bills, and back to Central after this on KFMO.
Better Night Sleep Center in Farmington offers top national mattress brands.
Also, Hillsboro, there at the end of
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Down and 8. Ball on the Central 49. The Rebels need this one, unless they give the ball back to Farmington. 35-28 in favor of the Knights. Here's Jones rolling out to his right. At the sideline, going to throw it down. That ball is off the hands of the intended receiver. It's a turnover on downs. Farmington will take over inside Central territory. The intended receiver on the play. It looks like that might have been Barrett Henson. It was a bullet throw. Henson couldn't hang on. And it is going to be first down and 10 for Farmington on the Central 49.
Yeah, that time Jackson Jones, I mean, he put a lot of mustard on that one, and he was trying to thread it in there, and it was just a little high. Henson had to really reach up, and it just glanced right through the fingertips and out of bounds, and that's going to hurt, as Farmington's now going to start at the Central 49, and they're going to have the opportunity to run a lot of clock off.
I do not anticipate Farmington to put the ball in the air here on this drive. They haven't had to. Here's a handoff to McLean. Straight into the secondary he goes, and he's to the 36, I should say. Gain of 13, though, and it's first down and 10. Tell you what, sorry, I was going to say this rushing game, it's come out of nowhere here for Farmington.
Absolutely, coming out of nowhere. Casey McLean, we really didn't call his name much at all in that first half, and now he's basically been the main ball carrier of this offense here in the second half. I'd say he's played himself into some pizza here, kind of carrying this Knights bunch. We got a lot of contestants here, partner. It's going to be a tough one to choose.
If Farmington hangs on to this game, we've got a lot of candidates. If Central finds a way back into this game, we've got a lot of candidates. That's the glory of the Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Triple option here. Dry is going to hang on to it, though. Might not have been the decision. They actually had McCarthy played very well. Nothing to do there on that play. Good defense there by Central. It's a loss of 4, second down and 14.
Yep, and I think Central, you're going to have to keep them probably behind the sticks here to give yourself a chance, as like you've mentioned, they're out of timeout, and we're approaching 4:10 left to go in this game. They have no more opportunities to basically stop the ball, stop the clock, so they need to stop the ball and force Farmington into third and long positions, and they're going to be going for it. They're in no man's land right now. There's no chance of a field goal or a punt.
Going to hand off here to McCarthy. Flag is thrown on the play. McCarthy across the 35 to about the 33. Would be a gain of 7, but the flag might be pushing Farmington back even further. 3:51 to go here in the fourth.
Flag came from the umpire in the middle of the field, and going to have a discussion. I would not be surprised to say it was a holding against Farmington, as Chad Cosby was back there and nearly was able to blow that play up and just unable to get to the ball in time.
Yeah, they're still talking it over here. Again, would be a gain of 7 or 6. Looks like 6, actually. They have it at the 34. And now they're going to wave off the flag. So keep the gain of 6. Keep the gain of 6. It's third down and 8 here for Farmington.
Yep, and this is still a good position here for Farmington to get a couple plays off and run some more clock off, as the clock should be rolling. And
they wave off I was going to say, if they wave off the clock, or they wave off the flag, I should say, the clock will start. We'll see if Farmington runs it down, though. They do hustle to the line. Might be in their best interest to wait, but they're going to send McCarthy in motion. They will snap it with 10, And it's going to be a keeper for Dry. They fooled the Central defense a little bit, but it's a nice open field tackle. Made the best of what could have been a tough situation there for Central. It looks like maybe August Black, maybe Barrett Henson there on the play.
Yeah, it was Barrett Henson made the initial contact, and the Cavalry came to help bring Dry to the ground. It's still a pickup of 5, so make it 4th and 3. And this is a big-time play. This could really seal the game here with about 3 minutes left to go in this one whenever they snap the ball.
Yeah, we talked about it. We knew that Central, if they turned the ball back over on the turnover on downs, it was going to be maybe about 2 minutes left. Well, there you go. We just crossed the 3-minute line here in this fourth quarter. 4th down and 4. They need to get to the 26. It is McCarthy sent in motion. Now they'll look off toward the sideline, and they got to burn a timeout. Maybe trying to draw them off sides. Maybe was the strat there, but Central playing discipline that time, did not jump, did not fall for it, and Farmington will take their second timeout. So we'll go ahead and keep it right here because we'll go ahead and paint you a picture. 35-28. It's Farmington out in front. They trailed 28-14. That was with about 11 minutes or so remaining in the fourth quarter. In about 3 minutes' time, they scored 3 touchdowns. A quick strike, an onside kick, a quick strike, turnover on downs, or I think I messed up the timeline there, but what's important is they lead by 7. And, well, now Central's got their backs against the wall. This is a Central team that we've seen dig themselves out of some sticky situations, but they dug themselves too deep this time.
Yeah, this is a high-quality opponent in Farmington. They've really had Central's number so far tonight. We've seen them step up and make some stops on this drive. They're going to need one more big one as it's 4th and 3, getting ready to come up here.
Well, here we go. 4th down and 3. It's going to be pistol formation with your 2 wingbacks to either side. Casey McLean, of course, is the fullback. They send a man in motion. That's Coy Fripp. It's going to be reversed the other way for McCarthy. Does McCarthy have the first down? He does, and he's going to get to the 21-yard line. Gain of 9. And now, well, that's just going to let Farmington run even more clock off. We're getting into game over territory now.
Yep, and that time they fooled the Central defense. Everybody went where the power was, and McCarthy coming in basically against the grain on the backside. Had a couple guys see the play happening, but weren't able to close down on him quick enough, and this may just about do it as long as Farmington can hang on to the football and keep moving the football forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math in my head here. They can get it darn well now down to 0. I don't think so yet, but it will be close. Handoff to McCarthy. Of course, you score. Might pretty much just ice the game there. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6, and another 40 seconds or so will run off the clock. That'll allow them to get it down to about 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, and this ball game, this has been a good ball game, partner. It may not have felt like it at certain times, but this fourth quarter, man, this has been some exciting stuff, and Farmington able to capitalize on it so far. They've got about 1 minute 45 until they can celebrate. Until that point, I wouldn't let my guard down.
Yeah, Farmington, well, Dry and McLean not even set. Now they will. 5 seconds on the play clock. It'll be another handoff up the middle to McLean. He will be stopped after a couple yards here. He'll cross the 15 to about the 14, and it will be 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 1.5. They bumped it forward a half yard to spite me there.
Yep, and I think if you get this first down, it's going to be game over, and even if it's 4th down, it'll be close to whether or not they'll need to get another playoff, as
it'll be.
We've got about a 7-second difference.
48 at 0. Now they'll snap it probably before 0, but looks like you only have a few seconds remaining. Dry's going to hand it off to McLean here. McLean again will find the 5. That's a first down, and that'll pretty much ice it. So what a comeback tonight for the Farmington Knights. Fourth quarter, 21-point swing to take the win over Central tonight to get back above 500.
Yep, and I think that's big going into the district. And I mean, we can look at this right now. This is going to be a meat grinder of a district. Right now, they're scheduled to play Melville.
They might run a play here. They might be looking at district points right now. There is still an incentive to score. Try to get as many points as you can.
And they may still be able to jump St. Mary's, who lost to CBC tonight.
They do send a man in motion. They do hand it off to McLean. McLean will score. Touchdown, Farmington. So again, it's a score most likely for district reasons, but it will make it a two-score game here at the very end. 41-28, it's another touchdown for McLean, his third of the night, and this time from 5 yards out, 14.2 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, and that was just power football up the middle and able to basically waltz into the end zone, and the Central Faithful are making their way back to the parking lot as this is kind of really swung quickly, partner. This has been one heck of a last 12 minutes of football.
A 28-0 swing in one quarter. That was a turnaround. Kick is through the uprights. Ian Zoner. It's a perfect 7 for 7 tonight. 6 for 6 on extra points. That extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Ludington and Festus, voted best eye doctor of the Parkland 7 years in a row. Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Still 14.2 left to go in this one. But this one's pretty much over. 42-28 in favor of Farmington. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski. Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski. Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So Farmington will put the ball on the ground with the kick. It was fielded by Boyer, but there's 13.6 seconds here on the clock. 42-28 in favor of Farmington. Central would need the miracle of all miracles to come back here in this one. We'll see if they even run a play. Farmington back in prevent defense. As again, this has been a 28-point swing for the Knights. So they have to go get the kicking tee. Now we'll get back to it here. But again, 28-point swing for the Farmington Knights tonight. An absolutely unbelievable fourth quarter for this Knights program as they improved to 5-4 on the season. So Central will just go ahead and take a knee. And again, this one's in the books. It is a Farmington Knight victory, the final week of the regular season. Final score, 42-28. We'll go ahead and move on into the Applebee's Grill post-game show. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you stats. We'll get you hopefully a couple coach interviews here tonight. We'll see if that comes now or maybe a little bit later on. We'll get you your Cornerstone Furniture mattress play of the game. And then finally, we'll wrap it up by giving you your Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. But again, your final score, it's Farmington 42, Central 28. It's the high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
It's never too early to start crunching those numbers, downloading those forms, and organizing all those receipts you put in your shoebox. Getting frustrated yet?
Yeah.
Try crunching this number, 573-546-3104. Accountant Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton. Stephanie is available year-round for tax and business consulting, accounting, and bookkeeping, and payroll. Crunch that number one more time, 573-546-3104. A trusted name in the Arcadia Valley area, Stephanie Kitchell with Kitchell Accounting and Tax Service in Ironton.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit YouChooseRewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for the perfect place for family fun? Welcome to the Family Fun Center, where smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories are made. From thrilling arcade games and exciting rides to mini golf and bowling, there is something for everyone. Planning a birthday party? We got you covered with party packages and endless entertainment. Whether it's your first time or your 100th, every trip to the Family Fun Center is an adventure. Fun for the whole family, right here at the Family Fun Center.
Hey treasure hunters, discover Maple Street Resale in Farmington, the fastest growing resale store in town. From clothes and collectibles to household items, Maple Street Resale has it all. Turn yesterday's trash into today's treasure with unbeatable prices and amazing finds. Whether you're looking to shop or sell, Maple Street Resale is your go-to destination, so don't miss out. Maple Street Resale, where bargains bloom. Visit them on Maple Street in Farmington today.
Applebee's Grill post-game show here on AM 1240 KFMO. Connor Harbit here with you today as we wait to be joined by some head coaches. We'll see if we can speak to both Coach Schweiss and Coach Krupe after today. But what a ball game we've had here tonight. Farmington trailing 28-14 at the start of the fourth. It's a 28-0 swing, and the Knights emerge victorious. They pick up their fifth win of the season. They break a two-game losing skid by defeating their rival, the Central Rebels. So let's go ahead and start our post-game coverage here with some final game stats. That's brought to you by Sam Sism Ford Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937. We'll start with Central here tonight. Jackson Jones, 7 of 10 through the air for 58 yards. That's an average of 8.3 yards per attempt. Then you take a look at rushing today. Jones was also your leading rusher. 25 carries for 112 yards, an average of 4.5 yards per carry, and 4 touchdowns today. Barrett Henson, 11 carries for 45 yards. August Black, 6 carries for 13 yards. And then Karis Foster had 1 carry for 11 yards today. Receiving-wise, Karis Foster, 4 receptions for 49 yards. Had a big catch of about 36 yards. Set up what would have been a Central touchdown, or what was a Central touchdown. That did lead to a score. So Foster effective in the receiving game today, effective as a defensive back as well. Not going to mention defensive stats, but 2 interceptions today as well. Do want to make sure we give him credit for that. Chad Cosby, 1 catch for 8 yards, and then August Black, 3 receptions for 3 yards as well. Those are individual stats for Central. Team stats tonight, or at least team yardage: 58 yards in the passing game, 181 yards on the ground, a total of 239 yards tonight, an average of 5 yards per play. Now we take a look here at Farmington today. Farmington not as active in the passing game tonight. Brett Dry, 2 of 4 for 12 yards. That's an average of 6 yards per completion, and no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Both interceptions thrown to Karis Foster, 1 in the end zone at the end of the half. We might thought that play was going to be big in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, we had some stuff to do in the second half. Rushing game, Josh McCarthy, 11 carries for 150 yards, an average of 13.6 yards per carry and 1 touchdown today. Brett Dry had 11 carries for 141 yards. That's an average of 12.8 and 2 touchdowns today. Casey McLean, 12 carries for 95 yards, 3 touchdowns for McLean here today. Connor Rice, 2 carries for 4 yards. Coy Fripp, 1 carry for 3 yards. Receiving-wise, Jack Embry, he caught both passes, 2 receptions for 12 yards, an average of 6 yards per catch. Team stats for Farmington today, 12 yards in the passing game, 393 yards on the ground, and 405 total yards in this game. Again, your final score tonight, 42-28 in favor of Farmington. Those are your final game stats, brought to you by Sam Sism Ford Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no-cost-to-you forever warranty. Go online to SismFord.com or call 573-431-3177. I see head coach Corey Schweiss making his way up to the press box here. So with that, we'll just go ahead and move on into one of our coaches' interviews here today. Joining me now again is the head coach of the Central Rebels, Coach Corey Schweiss. And Coach, tonight, obviously, a lot to be said. Unfortunately, kind of fell apart down the stretch. It ends up being a 14-point loss. Give me some thoughts on tonight's ballgame.
Well, we just, it is what it is. I mean, we're week 9 and we're really not getting any better, and that's, that's on me and that's on us. And you'd like to think that you're getting better, and then we play a first half like we did, and take away the first play, and I feel pretty good about things. And then really the third quarter wasn't too bad. We get the big break down there, and we have a chance at the 10-yard line to go up 3 scores at the end of the third quarter, and then we end up losing by 2. I mean, by 2 scores, and that's crazy. I mean, it is what it is, but it's like our guys. We just talked to them. I mean, I don't know if we played a little bit more of our better players, on offense both ways tonight. And I don't know if we got tired down the stretch or what. I mean, that's not an excuse, but you got to give Farmington credit. They did a few different things in the second half, and it gave us a little trouble.
And so let's go ahead and start here in the first half, because it really kind of seemed like things were working for you guys here tonight. You were able to rip off a couple of long drives, pretty much quintessential Central drives. You get the ball off the turnovers. And what was really working during that first half that let you guys take that lead to begin with?
Well, honestly, I feel like we probably would have had the same kind of drives in the second half if we don't have the penalties. I mean, and then we have the penalties on defense. We've got 2 back-to-back unsportsmanlike penalties, which is unexcusable. I mean, that's not us. That's not our program. Those boys, I'm not happy about that. And then on offense, we have holding penalties really away from the play, that don't even have an impact on the play, that, we get first downs, keep drives going, and eat more clock. And those things shouldn't be happening in week 9. And they shouldn't even happen in week 1, but they surely shouldn't be happening in week 9. And we kind of pride ourselves around here to get better. We get better as the year goes on. And for whatever reason, this group has not done that. And again, I don't know. This is about the and I've been coaching for a long time. This is really dissatisfying.
And so let's talk about the special teams here tonight, because I feel like this was a game that really special teams kind of jumped to the forefront. It's a reason why you practice special teams. This Central, you guys go out there. Some excellent plays on special teams here tonight, especially won that punt that bounced off the player. It seemed like you guys were ready to fall on it and take the football. And then, too, that long kind of onside kick where it really turned into kind of a long, mad dash down the field, but it really felt like the special teams was important tonight.
Yeah, and the onside kick that they kicked, and they recovered. They don't do that if they don't have the short kickoff, that we don't have the unsportsmanlike on the previous touchdown. So, again, that one goes back on the penalty. And then, our guys have been told all year, if the ball's coming that hot, the first line doesn't field it. They get out of the way, and then we try to field it. So, again, we did a lot of things tonight, when we were supposed to be doing things, we didn't do what we were supposed to do. So the message or the way that we're coaching or whatever is not getting through to our guys, and that's difficult because it doesn't seem like we've had an issue with that for, like I said, for the last 15 years, and this year it seems like we're having a hard time getting through to our guys what we want them to do, and and they're not responsive. And I love my guys. I love them to death. There's not one of them I wouldn't do anything for, but it is frustrating. I tell them all the time, I love you no matter what. I like you more when you win. I like you more when you do things right. I love you anyway, but yeah, it was definitely disappointing. We did some bad things in all aspects, offensively, defensively, and special teams, especially in the second half.
And so finishing the regular season at 5-4, how long will you kind of let yourself as a head coach dwell on this one before you start preparing for district play next week? I think, as you said yesterday, locked into that 2 seed, I believe, with the head-to-heads.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on this. I got a fifth quarter I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and give my testimony for anybody that wants to come. It's going to be in our gym tonight after the game, so that's a lot more important. Those things in life are a lot more important than what just happened on this football field. Obviously, we want to win the football game. That's what we do it all. That's why we spend so much time doing it. But at the end of the day, the message I'm about to give to my boys in the gym in there is going to be way more important than the message we do out here on the football field. So, like I said, we'll move past it tonight. We'll move on to Kennett, and season starts over, man. We've been on the other side of this a lot of times. We've been 9-0, and everybody else is saying the season starts over. Now, for us, the season starts over. So, we go 3-0 in the next 3 weeks. Really nobody cares about this game.
Absolutely. Well, that's a good way to look at it, Coach. Thank you so much for coming up and speaking with us. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you down the road.
All right, thanks, Connor. Appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Corey Schweiss. The Central Rebels do fall a little bit short here tonight. Final score, 42-28. So we'll go ahead and be joined now. Go ahead and be joined now by the other head coach here today. How about Farmington head coach Eric Krupe? And, Coach, the first thing I want to ask, that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
How nerve-wracking might it be to come in 11 minutes, need to find 2 scores, and then suddenly everything starts falling your way. The boys, they start to find some huge gaps in the running game. The special teams was really good tonight. Give me some thoughts on tonight's win in that fourth quarter.
Well, like I told our kids, I probably told them about 10 times how proud I'm a little emotional, excited right now. Very proud of them. Couldn't be more proud for how they stayed in the football game and they finished that football game. They didn't let their heads hang when, it was a 2-score game on the minus side for us on a couple different occasions, but we kept battling, fighting. Big stand at the end of the third quarter there. Big explosive chunk play right at the start of the fourth quarter. And from that point on, it just started rolling. And they were able to continue to build confidence and put the nail in the coffin and finally finish it there at the end.
And I really want to talk about special teams here tonight because it feels like special teams was really one of the key factors today. I know there were some bad breaks for your Farmington squad, especially early on with the punt, kind of giving the ball back to Central for that first score. And then the onside kick that kind of bounced all the way down to about the 10-yard line. That really felt like the turning point. But you guys had just as many great plays on special teams as well. That was an excellent onside kick there from Ian Zoner to get the ball back and to go up 35-28 a little bit later on.
Yeah, it was, first off, with their first possession, they punt, and we're getting off the field, and then it happens to touch somebody that wasn't even aware that ball was there. That was a big negative break for us because if we get the ball at that point and score again and it's 14-0, then maybe it starts to swing a little bit sooner. And then obviously the muff of that kickoff there at the end of the third quarter. But we also had our own big plays as well, especially in that fourth quarter. That was a great onside kick. That's something we practice every Thursday. And Ian did a heck of a job. He did a great job yesterday. We did it once. It looked great. We didn't do it again. And he hit the same type of a football here when it mattered with the game on the line. Big grab by Hudson Buchanan to fall on it and get us the football and be able to punch it in for that first lead of the game.
And so looking
or tie maybe. No, that was the lead.
35-28 is what that onside kick led to. But looking at the stat sheet here tonight, you look at the players who really kind of picked yards up today. 393 unofficial rushing yards by our count today. But you have players like Brett Dry, Kason McLean, Josh McCarthy, all players who can just bust out these long, masterful runs at any given moment. So how important is it, how nice is it as a coach to have all kinds of players who are capable of just doing these 57, 41, 82, 29-yard gains just at the kind of the drop of the hat?
We've got some explosive athletes, there's no doubt. Kason's been doing it for 4 years. He's, about the only kid that started for us as a freshman. So he's an experienced vet. He's as tough as they come. He busts, but he's you're gonna have to pull him off that field. He's just a tough son of a gun. Brett Dry for 3 years now is our starting quarterback. He's super explosive. Every year he's gotten better. And then the young pup, the sophomore Josh McCarthy, and his best years are still ahead of him. And to have those types of kids that have that explosiveness is awesome for us as an offense.
And so that last second touchdown, was that for district reasons?
Yes. We were hoping that we could win by 13 or more, and that was the sole reason for that. Otherwise, we would have taken a knee, but and we only were going to try it once. That's what I told our staff is, we got one shot at this. We're not going to, run a play, call a timeout, try to run it. We're going to get one shot at this. We get it in, great. We don't.
And so district play coming up next week. Do you know who you're going to play? I know the district standings, they could change. I don't really know any other final scores, but
probably Webster Groves or Poplar Bluff would be what I'm guessing right now.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for coming up and speaking with us. We always appreciate it. Congrats on the big win, and we'll see you down the road.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Again, that was head coach Eric Krupe of the Farmington Knights. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, still have the player of the game as well, but we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back in just a moment. The Applebee's Grill postgame show here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress play of the game located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills. And folks, there was only one play that really made a big difference. There was a lot of momentum swings in this game, but we're going to go with an onside kick, and it may not be the one you're thinking of. The first one that we called, it's our Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress play of the game.
There is the kick. That is going to be bobbled, and that might have been recovered by the Knights. They are going to fall on it, and the Knights have the football at the 31-yard line of Central. Nice onside kick from the Knights. Ian Zoner. It went right past the legs of a Central defender. And, well, now the Knights can possibly take the lead.
And they, of course, would go on to take the lead, and that would make it a 35-28 ball game. To have such a huge momentum swing, going from a tie 28-28 ball game to getting a 35-28 game in the span of about 30 seconds, that was the main reason why Farmington won this ball game. They got the onside kick, and that is the reason why it is our Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress play of the game. Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, couches, dining room tables, bedroom furniture, and more. Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where they turn your house into a home. And my partner, Connor, has made an executive decision, and we are giving our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game to somebody who you may not expect if you just looked at the stat sheet. We're giving the player of the game award to the kicker for Farmington, Ian Zoner. What a heck of a play there from the special teams. We talked about it with Coach Krupe, how special teams really was the deciding factor in this ball game. Between you had Central getting a lot of good breaks earlier on in this ball game with their special teams, with Jackson Jones the punter and then Nick Fowler the kicker getting a lot of stuff going on. But Ian Zoner comes in, nails on all of his PAT attempts, and whenever his team needed him most on that onside kick, he was able to deliver. And so he will be our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. And you can get a classic hot and ready large pizza from Little Caesars in Farmington and Deloge. Choose from a pepperoni, sausage, or cheese pizza for just $6.99, or a large thin crust pepperoni for just $7.99. Available all day, every day at Little Caesars in Farmington and Deloge.
A little out of breath. Had to run up and down the stairs real quick to make sure we got our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. But that'll pretty much do it for our side of things. I think you got player of the game. Think you got player of the game?
Yeah, I think so.
All righty, sounds good to me. So make sure you stay tuned. Again, high school volleyball coming up tomorrow. I am out of breath after all. We got Farmington and Cape Central. That'll be a 2 p.m. pregame, 2:30 opening serve again on AM 1240 KFMO. Myself and Joey Palermo will be on the call. Make sure you stay tuned as well for district football coming up here as well. That'll be coming up next Friday. We'll let you know where we plan on going. So for my partner, Zach Pipkin, and of course, Jay Sodal, Jewel Booyer back up on camera today. Great job, guys. And Jared Pettis and Dee Pettis back in studio. I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you here tonight. Until next time, you've been listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
Connor, thank you.